everyone here on KUR. Noah Pegler here to bring you this game here between Kutztown University and Notre Dame. As we mentioned, this is the first time that both of these teams have met each other in their school histories. Kutztown, of course, making it this far into the second round for the first time since about 2011. And then, meanwhile, Notre Dame, they made it all the way to the semifinals last year where they lost to Hillsdale, and they would hope to replicate that going into this playoff run. Looking at both of these teams, you've got Notre Dame. They finished with an 11-1 record. They finished with an overall record. They finished 8-1 in their conference, in the Mountain East Conference. And right now they are undefeated on the road, which is a good thing today as they're here at Andre Reed Stadium, home of the Kutztown Golden Bears. Looking at for both sides, at least for Kutztown, one thing they got to improve on today is defense. They've taken the lead in the past two games. They were winning in the conference championship game against Slippery Rock, but their defense was not able to hold on to the lead. Slippery Rock came back in that game and won. And then last week, as I mentioned, Tiffin was able to come back into the game. They took the lead 31-27 to go with about 2 minutes, but this time Kutztown was able to drive down the field and score. It started with at least a 50-yard pass by Colin DeGalbo, who made it to Diego Torres, who made a good catch and almost ran for about 30 yards, was stopped at the 5. And then eventually Jack Pilkerton was able to make a catch on a short pass by Colin DeGalbo and was able to get into the end zone. And then eventually Tiffin got the ball back, but they tried to drive downfield. But then after a pass interference call, stopped a huge pass play by Tiffin. Eventually, the quarterback threw it away. They were trying to force a pass downfield, and Nick Palmer, the defensive back for Kutztown, was able to make the interception to seal the deal for Kutztown, and here we are in the second round. We got plenty of games going on today in the NCAA Division II football championship tournament. As we mentioned, Slippery Rock is taking on Shepherd, as Slippery Rock got a bye last week. Kutztown's obviously taking on Notre Dame today. Valdosta State is taking on West Florida, and the other part of the bracket, Lenore Rhine is taking on Carson Newman. Ferris State is taking on Central Missouri. Lindenwood is taking on Northwest Missouri State. And then as we wrap up the bracket, we got Minnesota State taking on Colorado State Pueblo. And then Texas A&M Commerce is taking on Colorado School of Mines. So plenty of games today. We'll try and keep you updated as much as possible throughout today's broadcast, but this game is definitely going to be a good one. As we mentioned, both teams, this is a first-time meeting. On one side, you got Jim Clements, head coach for Kutztown Golden Bears, who comes in with a record of 48-19 here at Kutztown in his sixth season. Kutztown has never made it past the second round before, and they certainly want to change that today. Meanwhile, you got the head coach for Notre Dame Falcons and Mike Jacobs, who's entering his fourth season with a record of 41-7. This is the first time he's taken on the head coaching job. And then last year for Notre Dame, it was the first time they made it to the NCAA Division II playoff tournament. And they went all the way to the semifinals, and certainly they want to do that again today. But this game is going to be a tough one for both sides. Looking at Notre Dame, they average about 40 points per game, while Kutztown averages about 37, so another high-scoring matchup to be expected today. Looking at the weather for today's game, it's pretty cold game temperature. It was 29 earlier this morning, but now it's at least getting up to 37. It will be in the low 40s throughout the rest of the day. Looks like Kutztown won the coin toss. They chose to defer, so Notre Dame of Ohio will get the ball first. So the winner of this matchup takes on the winner of Slippery Rock and Shepherd as we get underway here at Andre Reed Stadium, as the kickoff will be fielded right at the 21, and as it will be returned out to near the 30 for Notre Dame. And now the offense will take the field for the Notre Dame Falcons. Quarterback for Notre Dame Falcons is number 18 and Chris Brim. Quarterback who's a sophomore and from Tallahassee, Florida, went to Lincoln High School, has over at least 2,068 passing yards on the season, is 163 for 266 and has thrown 6 interceptions so far. But on the first down, he'll pass it to his wide receiver, but he'll be met right near the line of scrimmage, and he actually loses a yard or two, so it'll be at least 2nd and 12 for the Notre Dame Falcons. As that catch was made by Tay Johnson out of Twinsburg, Ohio, out of Twinsburg High School, and is a redshirt senior. But as we get back going underway, it'll be 2nd down and 11 for the Falcons, and they'll do a run play, and they'll hand it off to his running back, but he gets back to at least the original line of scrimmage. He'll get a yard past that, but it'll be 3rd down and 9 for the Notre Dame Falcons, as it was handed off to Jaleel McLaughlin as a running back out of Marshville, North Carolina, and Forest Hills High School. So right away, this defense is playing really good for Kutztown. They're going to try and be aggressive to try and shut down this Notre Dame offense, but it's 3rd down and 9 for the Falcons. And there is a flag on the play, and it's going to be a false start against the Falcons. So Tay Johnson, the wide receiver, called for a false start. He moved a little too quickly, and so that moves it back 5 yards already in the first quarter with 13:52 to go in the first quarter. So it will be a 3rd down and 14 for the Notre Dame Falcons. To get things going after the penalty. Got 4 wide receivers set up for the Falcons. Brim will hand it off to McLaughlin, and he'll get past the line of scrimmage, but he gets at least a few more yards, but pushed out after a gain of at least 2, so it'll be 4th down and 12 for the Falcons, and the punting unit will come out for Notre Dame. So a good start by this Kutztown team to force a 3-and-out against Notre Dame. And now they hope to get their offense going, as Mason McElroy will be the kick returner for Notre Dame, for Kutztown.
The running back went out of bounds. We're outside of 2 minutes. The second quarter. Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 13 minutes, 15 seconds. It will start on my circle. 13:15.
So the referees are just fixing the game clock to the appropriate time, as on that last run play, the running back was pushed out of bounds, so the clock did stop. Looks like they ran it down, so it looks like it was a running clock. So now it's down to 13:10 here at Andre Reed Stadium. So we wait for the punt here. And it'll be punted away near the near side. McElroy is going to let it go. And it will roll all the way to near the 25. And Notre Dame will pick it up right around the 23. So we'll see what the offense can do for Kutztown University, as the quarterback for Kutztown University, we all know him here, is Colin DeGalbo. Has had a phenomenal season, has had 29 passing touchdowns, while for rushing, he's actually had 10 touchdowns. He's starting to become a household name here at Kutztown University. He's so far thrown 210 completions on 312 attempts. He's only thrown 6 interceptions. Earlier it was a problem in the year when he was throwing interceptions, but he's cleaned it up a bit. We'll see what they get going. So as DeGalbo finds it to Abdul Hassan Neblet, a good running back for this team. He actually loses a few yards after the pass in the backfield, so it will be a 2nd down and 14 for the Golden Bears.
Lost for 4 yards on the play. The Golden Bears at their own 15.
We mentioned Abdul Hassan Neblet out of Newark, New Jersey, from Paramus Catholic High School. He's a redshirt senior. Had a pretty good season with over 1,014 rushing yards and 12 touchdowns. Well, on the receiving end, he's got at least 368 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. On the next play, DeGalbo finds Jack Pilkerton for at least a pass of at least 20 yards. He makes the catch, and he continues to plow through defenders after a good catch and run by Jack Pilkerton. It is a 1st down for the Golden Bears right near the 40. Right near their own 45-yard line. As we mentioned last week, Jack Pilkerton made the game-winning touchdown against Tiffin. and will certainly continue to be an impact on the offense for Kutztown University as the redshirt senior out of La Plata, Maryland. But a first down, right? They mark him at the 44th, 11:30 to go. They'll hand it off to Neblett, and he found some room, and he tried to reach for the first down, but he was pulled just short after a gain of 9. But a good run there by Abdul Hassan Neblett, and it'll be second down and 1. 11:10 to go here in the first quarter. Notre Dame Falcons taking on the Kutztown University Golden Bears here at Andre Reed Stadium. It'll be second down and 1 as they cross into Notre Dame territory. DeGalbo will run a play action, gets it to Diego Torres, and he makes a catch right around the Notre Dame 30, and it'll be another first down for the Golden Bears. As they continue to move. Right now, Kutztown working pretty quickly. So far, the passing game is looking really good. It was one of the things that was not working for Kutztown last week. They started out, I think, a little slow, and the passing game eventually was able to carry the team deeper into this game. Since the passing game was able to pick up, they were able to come away with the victory. On a first down at the 30, they'll hand it off to Neblett, and he tries to find some room, but he got met right at the line of scrimmage and right where the offensive line was. But he at least gets a yard, so it'll be second down and 9 at the 29. As you mentioned, for the Notre Dame Falcons, they earned an NCAA playoff berth for the first time in their school history. They ended up defeating teams like Hillsdale and Slippery Rock, but they ended up losing to Valdosta State last year in the NCAA semifinals. And on second and 9, DeGalbo gets it to Brandon Smith right near the 22-yard line. And we'll see if they give him the first down. He looks to be just short, so it'll be about a 3rd and 1 for the Kutztown Golden Bears after a pass by DeGalbo to Brandon Smith. Now you got 2 tight ends checking into the game for Kutztown, and Tyler Borg and Jack Pilkerton. Got McElroy on the near side and Torres on the far side. A 3rd and 1. Kutztown has converted at least 52% of their third downs this season. It was the best in the PSAC on third downs. We'll see if they get it here. DeGalbo gets it to McElroy, and he will get the first down, but he steps out of bounds right near the 13-yard line, so at least a first down for the Golden Bears as they're in the red zone. About 9 minutes to go here in the first quarter. The score is Notre Dame 0, Kutztown 0 here at Andre Reed Stadium. A first down right at the 14, Neblett in the backfield. And they'll run another play action to DeGalbo, going for the end zone, and it's incomplete as it was just behind Jack Pilkerton as he tried to put a hand up to at least make an attempt at a catch, but it was just way too far out of his reach, so it'll be second down and 10 for the Golden Bears. Looking at Kutztown's season, as they did pretty well. They've won all their games so far. They've only lost one, which was to Slippery Rock, which was for the PSAC conference title. That one was, the final score was 37-35. Kutztown had a chance to score a field goal, but Dean Krissick's kick was just short. Didn't even make it to the goalpost. But on this play, DeGalbo gets it to Neblett, and he gets at least a few yards. It'll be a gain of 4, but it'll be third down, and it'll be 3 yards. So third down and 7 for the Golden Bears. Another third down here right near the red zone. Kutztown's defense was able to shut down Notre Dame's offense, but now the offense is going to try and score here to try and take an early lead. So we wait for another third down. The play clock down to 8 seconds. DeGalbo gets the snap. Going for the end zone to McElroy, and he bobbles the catch and drops it incomplete. He had it in his hands, but was unable to bring it down. The tight coverage by the corner for Notre Dame. So it will be fourth down for the Golden Bears, and they will send out the field goal unit. Just very good pass right there, but was unable to bring it down. The corner defensive back right there. It's actually linebacker Guam Lee out of Farmington Hills, Michigan, with the coverage, and was able to break it up from Mason McElroy. But Krissick will go for the field goal. He's 1 for 4 this year and is no good as his field goal attempt struggle continues. So the Kutztown Golden Bears come away with no points on that drive. And now Notre Dame will get the ball right in their own territory. And as both right now the score is still 0-0 between Notre Dame Falcons of Ohio and the Kutztown University Golden Bears. Looking at Notre Dame's schedule so far this season, they've, as we mentioned, they're similar to Kutztown in how they fared this season. They've won most of all their regular season games. They only lost one game and was to Glenville State, and that was in a 23-20 game in overtime. And certainly they would like to continue a playoff run. The loss doesn't matter, but they're focused on the playoffs now. As that pass was there made by Chris Brim, a 3-yard pass to his tight end number 86, and it will be a 2nd down and 7 for the Notre Dame Falcons. As that was made by wide receiver Cody Osborne, wide receiver out of Windsor, Ohio. So 2nd down and 7 for the Falcons. As we're halfway through this first quarter, moving quickly, and it'll be a handoff to his running back number 5. He got some room to work with. He was near the first down marker as he ran toward the far side. They'll give him the first down after a good run by DJ Green, the senior running back out of Willoughby, Ohio. So it'll be a first down right near their own 31-yard line. One man in the backfield for the Falcons. Brim makes the pass to Johnson, and he gets brought down after at least a gain of 6, as he's brought down near their own 37-yard line. So it will be a 2nd down and 4 for the Falcons. As it was a high pass, but Tay Johnson just jumped up to catch it out of the air and was able to secure it as he went down to the ground. McLaughlin goes in motion on this next play. He'll throw it to McLaughlin. He tried to find some room to work with, but there was a screen pass that didn't really work, and he gets brought down in the backfield. He'll lose at least 3 yards, but it'll be back to where they were. It'll be a 3rd down and 7 for the Notre Dame Falcons.
3rd down and 7 at the 34.
Looking at this Kutztown team on their passing defense, we mentioned the defense is going to be a factor. They usually give up at least 207 yards per game, while in the run they usually give up only 109 yards per game. On the 3rd down, Brim throws it out to his wide receiver. He makes the catch and will get past the first down marker, and he'll be marked down at the Notre Dame 44, so 1st down for the Falcons. As it was made by Jeremy Hamilton, the wide receiver out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, went to Penn Hills High School. So 1st down right near midfield. So far, the passing game for both sides has worked out really well. So now you've got to keep an eye on both run games to see who can carry the team. But on the next play, they'll hand it off to the running back in green, and he gets another 1st down as they cross into Kutztown territory, and he'll be marked down right near the 41. After a good run by DJ Green, just broke through the hole in the line. But they mark him down at the 43. As we mentioned, DJ Green, he's ran for over 352 yards and 6 touchdowns. But on this pass, it's intercepted by Nick Palmer. He sealed the deal last game, and he makes an interception here in the first quarter. So an early turnover returned by Nick Palmer. He returned it all the way out to near midfield at the Kutztown 47, but that just stops that opportunity right there for Notre Dame, and it gives Kutztown's offense the ball back. So an early turnover by Notre Dame as Chris Brim with the interception. That is now his 7th on the year, his 16th for his career at Notre Dame Falcons of Ohio. But the defense, as we mentioned, needed to step up today for the Kutztown University Golden Bears, and so far they've stepped up pretty good as they made an interception right there by Nick Palmer. But it'll be a first down for the Golden Bears. DeGalbo will run a play action to Neblett as he tries to find Jerry Cap. Was just a bit too far out of his reach, and it was just hit the ground. It incomplete, so it'll be a second down and 10 for the Golden Bears. So right there, Nick Palmer just reading the pass correctly. He just found the ball, was reading the eyes of Chris Brim, and it was right there near midfield, and he made the interception. So looking at it, Nick Palmer actually leads the team in interceptions. He now has 6 on the season. Certainly a big defensive player, along with many guys like Cox Cowan and Navarias. But on this play, Neblett broke a few tackles and makes a run of at least 15 yards. So a great run by Abdul Hassan Neblett, as it'll be a first down out to Notre Dame's 36. 4:30 to go here at Andre Reed Stadium. Noah Pegler here with the call here in this NCAA Division II football championship tournament here at Andre Reed Stadium. First down for the Golden Bears as they move against the Notre Dame Falcons. And it looks like it'll be as we thought it was a false start against Kutztown. It was called against Notre Dame. So some people thought it was going to be a false start on Tyler Borg, but turns out there was an offside by Rudy Ngoji, or Gunny, the defensive end for Notre Dame. So it'll be a first down and 5 as they move it to the 31. DeGalbo gets the pass to Brandon Smith, and he fights for the first down, and he will get it. So after at least a 6-yard run by Brandon Smith, he gets the first down for the Golden Bears as they continue to move downfield. As the foul, as we mentioned, it was on Rudy Gogny, the defensive end out of Silver Spring, Maryland. But now the Kutztown offense will move along as they're at Notre Dame's 24. Neblett goes in motion to set up as a wide receiver. DeGalbo will run with it this time. Got some room to run with. He goes toward the middle, and he slides down near the 6. And it will be a first and goal for the Golden Bears. As we mentioned, Colin DeGalbo, he could run with the ball. He could pass the ball. He's like an all-around offensive weapon for this Kutztown Golden Bears team. As he made the run, he had Tyler Borg out there blocking for him. But you just saw Notre Dame didn't expect him making that run as the field just opened up down the middle, but then eventually closed down right near the 5. But on the first and goal, DeGalbo gets it out to Jerry Cap, breaks a tackle, but he gets brought down near the 5, as it will be a second down and goal for the Golden Bears. So they tried the short pass right there. Cap made the reception, but right there he just couldn't get past the defender, and he was brought down right away. But a lot of different offensive players for this Kutztown Golden Bears team. Any one of them can catch the touchdown, and anyone can fill their role. But it'll be a second down and goal for the Golden Bears as they're down at Notre Dame's 4-yard line. Alone in the backfield is DeGalbo. He's going to try and run with it, and he gets brought down after being met near the line of scrimmage, and then he gets out of bounds as he was met right there by the defender and number 44, Nathan Moore. But then they also gave the tackle to Guam Lee.
1-yard gain, third down and goal at the 3.
I mean, it's not the wrong idea to go for the run in the end zone, but you got to remember they tried this multiple times last week, trying to have DeGalbo run it in the end zone. None of it really worked. As we mentioned, the run games have got to get going for both sides if somebody wants to try and win this game. Now third and goal. DeGalbo throws an interception as it's met right near the line of scrimmage as number 4 for Notre Dame makes the interception, and Davion Johnson with the interception out of Columbus, Ohio. So both teams exchanging interceptions, and now we're still here at 0-0 here in the first quarter, 1:44 to go. But that was a chance of redemption for Chris Brim and the Notre Dame offense. For Colin DeGalbo, that is now his 7th interception on the season. But now both defenses making huge plays on interceptions. Both sides making turnovers, as this is going to be a close game so far for both sides. But on a first down, they'll hand it off to McLaughlin, and he gets at least 2 yards, being met down near the 5. So it'll be a 2nd down and 8 for the Falcons. A minute 30 to go here in the first quarter. Both defenses have done well with shutting down both offenses, but then also Kutztown missing a field goal earlier in this game. It was a missed opportunity for points. But then the defensive line on this play is 2nd down and 8 as the running back for Notre Dame, McLaughlin, got met right away by the defensive unit of Kutztown. So it'll be a 3rd down and goal after at least a gain of 2. So 3rd and 5 for the Notre Dame Falcons. .42 seconds to go. The clock will keep going. Johnson goes in motion for the Falcons. A flag's on the play, but the play will continue as the running back is met in the backfield. As McLaughlin lost 2 yards after the tackle was made by Thomas, Chris Thomas, the linebacker of Kutztown. But we'll see what the flag is on. So the penalty was on Notre Dame of Ohio, but they will decline it as it was a loss of at least a few yards on the play anyway. So it will be a 4th down for the Falcons. So as we mentioned, both of these teams have high-scoring offenses, but so far we've just seen both defenses just shut them down. As both sides have turned it over, both by interceptions. Right now we'll see which offense is able to break through first. As the punt is away to McElroy, he'll call for a fair catch right near the 40. So 10 seconds to go. We'll at least have time for one more play here in the first quarter. So good field position by the Golden Bears after they gave up the football right near the red zone. A crucial turnover right there. As DeGalbo was trying to go for the pass play. It looked like he was going to either Pilkerton or Neblett, but obviously just didn't see the defensive player in Davion Johnson, and he was able to make the interception. But now Kutztown gets the ball right at Notre Dame's 40-yard line. So first down, you got Neblett in the backfield. And he'll give it right to Neblett. Gets the room to work with on the far side and reaches for the first down. And it looks like they'll give it to him. They will give it to him. And we'll see what they do with the clock, and they will continue to let it roll. We played through 15 minutes. Both sides have tried to get something going on offense, but nobody has gotten any points on the board, as it is right now Notre Dame of Ohio 0, Kutztown University 0. We'll take a break. You're listening to the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR.
Avalanche, Kutztown University's very own mascot, is available to appear at your event. Whether it's a birthday party, grand opening, or town parade, inviting Avalanche will add in extra fun and entertainment for people of all ages. Also, kids can join Avalanche's Golden Bear Cub Club, which allows them to become junior members of the KU team. Make everyone's experience golden by visiting kutztown.edu/avalanche. Once again, that's kutztown.edu/avalanche.
Welcome back to coverage of Golden Bears football here on KUR. Noah Pegler here to call this NCAA Division II football championship tournament game as Kutztown University has the ball starting at the second quarter as they made a first down run by Abdul Hassan Neblet, and there'll be a first down right at Notre Dame's 30. As you mentioned, we've got a bunch of other games going on today. The winner of this game will take on Slippery Rock from the PSAC. Slippery Rock or Shepherd. The winner of that game will play next week on December 7th. Looking at some of the first quarter stats, Kutztown had over 53 passing yards to 25 for Notre Dame. So far, Kutztown has had 7 first downs in this game, but they need to turn those first down conversions into points. But Neblet will break a tackle on a run. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but he'll get stopped after at least a gain of a yard. So it'll be a second down and 9 for the Golden Bears. Mark them down at Notre Dame's 29. And as we look at the rushing side of the ball, Kutztown, actually I made a mistake there. Kutztown had 53 rushing yards to only 25 for Notre Dame. While for a passing game, you had Notre Dame with only 19 passing yards, with Kutztown at 68. So Kutztown has been moving on the offensive side of the ball. They just need to put points on the board. But now, DeGalbo will run a play action. Looking downfield, escaping the pocket, and he gets right back to at least near the 30. And he may have lost a yard or two. So it'll be at least a third down and 11 for the Golden Bears. As DeGalbo stepped out, so he said he lost at least 3 yards, so it's now third down and 12 for Kutztown. They had 2 red zone chances earlier. They didn't capitalize on any of them. Now they would really like to go for a third down conversion here at both sides for these teams. They're both 1 for 3 on third downs. Neblet goes in motion to DeGalbo. Going for Jake Novak. He makes the catch, and we'll see if they give him the first down. And they will. So a first down conversion by Jake Novak, his first reception and target on the day. Jake Novak, the redshirt freshman out of Manheim, Pennsylvania, with the reception, gets a first down for the Golden Bears. As Novak has 490 yards of receiving with 5 touchdowns this season. Has done well with 37 receptions. But it'll be a first down right near Notre Dame's 20. DeGalbo going for the end zone and is just far out of reach from Brian Anderson. It was just way too high for him. Didn't make a jump for it. But it'll be a second down and 10 for the Golden Bears with 12:50 to go here in the second quarter. As is Derek Anderson, not Brian Anderson. Derek Anderson, the redshirt junior out of Oakland, New Jersey, who was the target on the last play but was unable to get to the ball. It'll be second down and 10 for the Golden Bears. 2 running backs in the backfield. DeGalbo, as he tries to get a Novak, is incomplete, but a penalty as the defender for Notre Dame made early contact before Novak could make the catch. Tavon Hooks looks to be called for the pass interference. The officials will make the call here.
Pass interference, defense, number 33. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul, automatic first down.
So Hooks called for the foul. The junior out of Warren, Ohio, just made too much of an early contact as Novak would have made a catch on the ball, and he gives a first down to the Golden Bears. So now the penalty, given a first down, will certainly give another chance for Kutztown. We'll see if they can capitalize on this one. So 1st and 10 right near the 15. The Galbo will give it to Abdul-Hassan Neblet. They do a trick play. Novak throwing it for the end zone, and it is caught by Jerry Kapp for the touchdown for Kutztown Golden Bears. So it was almost like a Philly special right there, not really involving the quarterback, but Jerry Kapp with the touchdown gives Kutztown the early lead, 6-0, pending the extra point. So a great trick play as the Galbo hands it to Abdul-Hassan Neblet. Novak comes around from behind and makes the pass to Jerry Kapp, just able to find space, making the jumping catch and able to bring the ball down. So a good catch right there by Jerry Kapp. But the extra point is good by Dean Krisick as he gives Kutztown the lead early, 7-0 here in the second quarter. Kutztown leading over to Notre Dame Falcons. So it'll be a touchdown pass from Jake Novak.
Tell the world you are here. Share your experiences.
I believe that Kutztown did the same thing last week on a trick play. Just adds to the creativity of this Kutztown offense. They've been able to run with the ball. They've been able to pass the ball. They've done it on read options. They've done it on play action plays. They've done it almost in every single possible way. There's probably only one weakness for this Kutztown offense or this team as a whole. It's unfortunately field goals, I'd probably have to say, because they've only had one field goal made so far in their entire season. But their offense continues to score touchdowns as they lead here 7-0 in the second quarter with 12:40 to go. So far, the Notre Dame offense has been able to move downfield at times, but so far they've had 3 drives. They've had to punt on 2 of them. Chris Brim threw an interception on the second drive of the game. They look to get their offense going as Dean Krisick will kick it away. It'll be a low kick and be fielded at the 30, and there'll be a knee by number 8 of the Notre Dame team in Zaire Mitchell, who fielded the kickoff. And so a pretty good field position for this Notre Dame team. As you mentioned, this is the early kickoff game here in the Division II. You've got Shepherd and Slippery Rock will kick off at 1 o'clock, along with West Florida and Valdosta State also kicking off at 1 o'clock. So we'll get you scores on those games once they start getting going. So on a pass play right there by Chris Brim, as it was made to Marvell Ross, the wide receiver out of Cleveland, Ohio, with the reception. It will be a 2nd down and 5 for the Falcons. .15 to go as the quarterback fumbled the snap, but the running back in DJ Green fell on the fumble to make the recovery. Has a miscue right there. It's certainly something Notre Dame wishes they had back, as it's a 3rd down and 7 for Notre Dame. Brim had it right in his hands, but clearly his fingertips couldn't hold on to the ball. But they lost 2 yards on that play, and it's just the sloppiness right now has got to clean up for Notre Dame. But it'll be 3rd down and 7. This team is ranked number 13 for the NCAA Division II rankings. Brim steps back to throw and makes the reception there by Marvell Ross, as he was able to get away from a Key Cox Cowan. A very good play by Ross, as we all know Cox Cowan is a terrific corner. So a 1st down conversion by Notre Dame. And so they hand it off to Green, and he at least gets a few yards, but it'll be a 2nd down and looks to be 8. No, so they give him a few yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Falcons. Clock continues to roll with 11 minutes to go here at Andre Reed Stadium. Noah Pegler here on the call for this game, the NCAA Division II football tournament. And they hand it off to Green, and he's going down to the sideline, to the 10, to the 5, and he'll go all the way to the end zone. A touchdown, Falcons. And nobody was on that far side. He just took off right there. And DJ Green gives the score for Notre Dame with 10:42 to go here in the second quarter. 7-6 Kutztown, pending an extra point. Just crazy with that run right there. He just found the room, and he just took off right down there. I want to know how fast that was, like time-wise. It was almost like a blink of an eye. But as the kick is up by the kicker for Notre Dame, it is good. So we are all tied up here, 7-7. After both teams struggled to get something going in the first quarter, they both start to turn it around in the second. Both of their first drives in the second both go up for points.
And don't forget to stop by our Golden Bear Court located behind the home bleachers. Golden Bear Court features KUSSI and many other organizations. Again, visit our Golden
Looking at DJ Green, that is his 7th touchdown on the season. His longest run was about 55. I mean, that one wasn't 55 yards, but that was probably his second longest run of the season. But now he's given a chance for Notre Dame to get back in this game. But also on that drive, you got to give a lot of credit to Marvell Ross, who was able to make that catch on the first down after it was a third down. He was able to get away from a Kecox Cowan with the reception. It's his 55th reception with over 871 yards before coming into today. Marvell Ross also has 6 receiving touchdowns. We'll certainly see a lot of him later as this game continues to go on. As Tanner Harding, the kicker out of Gahanna, Ohio, will kick it away to this Kutztown offense as Navarius fields it near the 5, and he gets all the way near the 20. It'll be brought down near the 20-yard line, so it'll be Kutztown's ball. 10:35 to go here in the second quarter. Score right now 7-7 all between both of these teams. The winner of this game will take on the winner of Slippery Rock and Shepherd. You got to look at last week's game for Kutztown. They traded the lead 3 times in the final 4 minutes. It was a spectacular game. Me and Jacob both on the call. And the NCAA first round last week, the game winner was 42 seconds to go. But on this first play, DeGalbo going downfield to Diego Torres, makes a catch, and he's going to the 35, to the 20, near the 10. We'll see if he gets to the end zone, and he does. So on one play, a touchdown pass by Colin DeGalbo. Touchdown Golden Bears by Diego Torres. So right there, an 80-yard pass by Colin DeGalbo all the way to Diego Torres. He ran for at least 50 yards, but that gives Kutztown the lead again. And this game's moving quickly here on the offensive side of the ball here in the second quarter. As Chrisick goes up for the extra point and is good, so one play on this offensive drive by the Kutztown Golden Bears is now 14-7 Kutztown over Notre Dame. So right there, as we were paying attention to this drive, it just happened in one play. As that drive only probably took about 20 seconds off the clock. We got 10:24 to go here in the second quarter. So after Notre Dame was able to drive down the field to score, the defense was caught sleeping right there as Diego Torres was able to make the catch and go all the way to the end zone. And now it's up to the offense to do something. As we got to mention the defense, they held tough against Westchester. As the Golden Rams' final drive of the game, they stopped Westchester at the 1-yard line twice before time expired. That final stand marked the third fourth-down conversion attempt by Westchester that Notre Dame was able to stop. Coming up big on fourth down may be key again as this week against Kutztown. But so far we haven't seen fourth down conversions. So far they just need to continue to work on their passing game. But as the kickoff by Chris, it goes out of bounds. This one will actually be terrific for Notre Dame. This is going to be moved out near the 40.
First kick out of bounds, kicking team, number 99. By rule, the ball was placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
So as the kickoff went out of bounds, the special teams has got to improve on some of these kicks on these to keep them in play. But they'll move it out to Notre Dame's 35. But we'll see what the offense can do to try and respond quickly to keep up with this fast-paced Kutztown offense. So Brim makes the pass to Ross. He gets at least 5 yards, so they'll move him out to the 40, second down and 5 for the Falcons. Looking at this, Kutztown has allowed 240 first downs this season, which ranks 135th in all of Division II. But they've only allowed 82 on rushing attempts. So they've done well in the run game, but on here, McLaughlin will get the first down, and he stays on his feet. He stumbled right near the 50, but he got a few more yards as he was brought down near the 50, but he was like crawling on like three, you could almost say 3 legs. He was using his 2 legs to keep himself up, but his one arm, he got at least a few more yards. He crosses into Kutztown territory as they're down at Kutztown's 48. So on this play, Brim, as it's dropped right there, a pass right there in the backfield, incomplete, as Zaire Mitchell had the ball in his hands but just dropped it. So it'll be a second down and 10. So right there, an incomplete pass. It's just the small things right there that is hurting this Notre Dame team. They did score earlier, but they can't keep making these mistakes if they want to stay within this game before it gets out of hand. As you mentioned, Kutztown hasn't let up too many first downs on rush plays, only 82 before coming in today. But the running back, McLaughlin, has converted 86 first downs, so they got to continue to shut him down. But on this run play, Mike McLaughlin, he gets at least 2 yards. He gets marked down at Kutztown's 46. It'll be a third down and 8 for the Notre Dame Falcons. Clock continues to roll. 9 minutes and about 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter before halftime. Kutztown leading 14-7 here in the NCAA Division II playoff tournament game in the second round. As the receiver goes in motion, Brim looking downfield, will try and run for the first down. He'll get it, and he'll run out of bounds near the 31. So a good run right there by Chris Brim as he gets the first down. In tight coverage by all these defensive players of Kutztown. As you mentioned, Navarez is a good defensive player. Stevenson, Palmer, Turber Ortiz, and even Cox Cowan have been able to shut down these receivers at times on the deep pass. But so far, Brim was able to get a first down for this Notre Dame team. But as they're near the 31, they try to go out to his wide receiver in Cody Osborne, but it was just way too far out of his reach. And it'll be a second down and 10 for the Falcons. $8:14 to go. So far the passing game needs to improve for this Notre Dame team. They've made some good passes, but so far in this drive they've looked a little sloppy between drop passes and overthrown passes right there. On the second and 10, they'll hand it off to McLaughlin, and he got brought down by Sean Turber Ortiz from Northumberland, Pennsylvania.
Pick up a 4 yards on the play.
It's good to see him back for Kutztown University. He was actually injured earlier this season, missed a couple of games. And Turbo Ortiz is down, unfortunately, again. Hopefully he's okay. Thankfully, he was on the sideline, so they were able to get him off quickly. And the trainers will look at him. But we'll continue play here without it stopping. But it'll be a 3rd down and 6 for the Falcons. Now they need another 3rd down conversion here for the Falcons. Kutztown leading 14-7 here in the second quarter. Brim will run a play action, gets the ball away, is incomplete. The pressure by the Kutztown defense. He had a few players right there, and Chisholm, Wilkerson, and Stevenson on the pressure. As it was just an incomplete pass. It looked like Nick Palmer was covering the wide receiver. But it'll be a 4th down, and that looks like Notre Dame's going to go for the field goal as Tanner Harding will try and add 3 points here for Notre Dame.
45-yard field goal. The holder is number 30, Michael Webster.
So far, he's 14 for 18 as this kick is up, and it will only make it to the end zone as it is no good. So a short kick. Both kickers missing field goals so far, but it will give Kutztown the ball back right near their own 30-yard line. I don't know if this kick was just blocked or something, but it had the altitude and all that, but just not the distance. Made it to the end zone, but was a little more offline.
Kutztown will take over 1st and 10 at its own 27-yard line.
But now we'll see what the Kutztown offense can do. As they get the ball back with about 7:30 to go here in the second quarter. Now 1st down at their own 27. DeGalbo landed off to Neblett, and he got brought down in the backfield. So it'll be a loss of a yard, so 2nd down and 11 for Kutztown Golden Bears.
1 yard loss, 2nd and 11 at the Kutztown 26.
Right now, looking at this team for Notre Dame, usually when they score first, they have not lost a game. They've only lost 1 game this season when the other team has scored first. So something to keep an eye on. Kutztown was able to score first. So 2nd down and 11 to Galbo. Gets it to Neblett. And he makes the catch right near the 30. So he'll get a few yards, but it will be 3rd down and 8. 3rd down and 7 for the Golden Bears. Right now, trying to figure out what play to call here. Play clock down to 25 seconds. McElroy lined up on the near side. Neblett in the backfield. Kutztown trying to add more points after a missed field goal by Notre Dame. Galbo tries to get it to Diego Torres, and he will make the catch right near the 41. So 1st down for the Golden Bears after the catch made near the ground by Diego Torres. So a good catch right there by Diego Torres. Puts it near midfield. Continue to moving this offense for Kutztown Golden Bears with 6 minutes to go here at Andre Reed Stadium. Neblett in the backfield. The Galbo. Trying to get it to McElroy, and incomplete, but a flag on the play as it is Hooks with the early contact. McElroy trying to make the catch for Kutztown Golden Bears. Tavon Hooks may be called for another pass interference on this play.
Pass interference, defense, number 33, spot foul, automatic 1st down. There's a 7-yard penalty to the Kutztown 48-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Golden Bears.
So this penalty will move it out to midfield, right near their own 48-yard line, as I think they gave it to Hooks. And right now he's got to clean up his defensive play. So far, 2 pass interferences have given 2 first downs for the Golden Bears. just something to clean up on the defensive side of the ball. So DeGalbo will hand it off to Neblett, and as he tries to make a run, he got brought down in the backfield. He loses 2 yards. So it'll be a 2nd down and 12 for Kutztown. So far, 2 penalties have given a chance to Kutztown. Hooks just is definitely playing aggressive. He just needs to make better timing on his defensive plays. And certainly physicality is something to keep an eye on in this game because, I mean, it can make a difference on a turnover. So now DeGalbo on the 2nd down. The pass was for Neblett, but it was incomplete. As it was just tight coverage by the defensive player and Bryce Shepard. But now it's 3rd down and 12 for the Golden Bears right near midfield. With 5 minutes and 2 seconds to go here before halftime. Third down conversion is necessary for this Kutztown team to keep this drive alive. DeGalbo trying to go downfield for Novak. He makes the catch near the 41. And so that will be a 1st down for the Golden Bears. Another good catch by Jake Novak to give a 1st down for the Golden Bears. Novak just cut across the field. DeGalbo just found him right there on the near side. Just landed right in his hands for the 1st down conversion. 4:35 to go here in the 2nd quarter. So we have 1st down. DeGalbo hands it off to Neblett. He goes to the far side, breaking some room. A flag is down. He gets to the 1st down, now to the 25, and he runs out near the 23. But there is a flag on the play, and this one may be coming back.
Holding, offense, number 87. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. So
Pilkerton gets called for the foul on the hold. Had some room to work with. Neblett was able to break a few tackles. But it's unfortunate because sometimes you look at some of these run plays, you wonder how they able to make it work, but it was because of a holding penalty. And this will move Kutztown back at least 10 yards as they move it back to their own 49-yard line. The clock will continue to roll with 4:15 to go here at Andre Reed Stadium. DeGalbo going for Torres, and he gets it near the 40, breaking tackles. He reaches for the 1st down, and he will get it. So Torres makes the catch and just continues to run, dragging people with him, and he gets the 1st down. So the penalty had no effect on him at all. As you mentioned, Diego Torres continues to be an impact player for this team. He made a good catch last week, and he made a great 1st down conversion here. And we can't even forget about the fact that he scored a 80-yard touchdown pass earlier in this quarter. About 3:30 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Torres just continues to be a terrific player for this Kutztown offense. DeGalbo gets the snap away with 2 seconds to go on the play clock. Going for McElroy, and is just incomplete. McElroy wanted the flag on that play as Jeffrey Thomas was on the coverage, but no flag will be called, so it will be a 2nd and 10 at Kutztown's, or at Notre Dame's 30. McElroy was in the area, but the pass was just a little too short out of his distance. It was a good no call by the ref. Now 2nd down and 10. And a quick jump by Notre Dame.
Outside with contact, defense, number 92. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
So the foul on Amir Atwood, the defensive lineman, junior out of Atlanta, Georgia, called for the foul. So he just jumped too early. made contact with the lineman, and it'll give 5 more yards for this Kutztown offense. So 2nd down and 5 from Notre Dame's 25. DeGalbo goes for Pilkerton and is just too high. As Pilkerton threw his hands up to try and make the catch, but was just out of reach. But now it'll be a 3rd and 5 for Kutztown. Kutztown leading 14-7 here in the 2nd quarter. Noah Pegler here calling this NCAA Division II football championship tournament game in the 2nd round. Both of these teams playing for the right to go to the 3rd round to take on the winner of Shepherd versus Slippery Rock on December 7th, which is next Saturday. The 3rd and 5, Neblett will set up as a wide receiver. DeGalbo was trying to call something, but you'll have to call a timeout to try and avoid a delay of game penalty. A few milestones were set by this Notre Dame team. Several players eclipsed career marks. Sophomore running back Jaleel McLaughlin became just the 2nd Division II player to rush for back-to-back 2,000-yard seasons. Now that's just got to be incredible, just seeing how rushing for 2,000 yards is just hard to do, even at the NFL level. We don't see it all the time. You have to be like the best running back to get around 2,000 yards. And certainly seeing how he's only the 2nd running back in Division II history to accomplish that feat is remarkable. And he's actually the first. McLaughlin is the first at any level in the NCAA to do it in his first 2 years. So definitely a name to keep an eye on here for Notre Dame Falcons. And also to mention, senior wide receiver Marvell Ross has had over 5,000 career all-purpose yards for this team. But now as we get back to play, 3rd down and 5, DeGalbo trying to get the pass away. It's deflected, and it's intercepted by the defense of Notre Dame. Another crucial turnover, 2nd interception on the day. DeGalbo tried to get the passes away. It looked like it was batted out of the air. And now we give the ball back to this Notre Dame team as the interception was made by Derek Brumfield, the senior out of Cleveland, Ohio. And now it gives Notre Dame the ball back in their own territory with 3:14 to go in the 2nd quarter. As it's 1st down for Notre Dame at their own 23-yard line. 2nd interception on the day by Colin DeGalbo. Now Brim will step back to throw. Going down toward the middle of the field, and it is incomplete. Ross had extended to make the catch, but it was just too far out of his reach. Another incomplete pass right there for Notre Dame of Ohio, so it will be 2nd down and 10. As it was a crucial drop right there. That could have been at least a pass of over 50 to 60 yards. Would have set up would have been terrific field position for Notre Dame. If he could have actually continued momentum, that could have been a touchdown pass. But it will be 2nd down and 10 for Notre Dame. Brim will hand it off to Green, and he'll get at least 8 yards. But they'll give him only 7, so it'll be a 3rd down and 3 as they mark him down at their own 30-yard line for the Falcons. So now the clock will continue to roll. Notre Dame did get the ball first, so Kutztown will get the ball first to start the 2nd half. They still have all their timeouts. Brim gets the pass away and is incomplete, looking for Ross, but was just way out of his reach. But now it'll be a 4th down for the Falcons, and they will send out the punting unit. You look at this pass, it looks like he was going to Ross, but he also had a receiver on the far side. Don't know where he was going with it. But clearly the pass was just way too high, and he was just trying to force the throw as Nick Palmer was on the coverage. but it'll be another punt by this Notre Dame team. As they get the punt away, it is at least a 30-yard punt. It will roll all the way out to near Kutztown's 38. But now Colin DeGalbo and the offense will get the ball back. As last time they had the ball, they were driving down the field, but an interception by Colin DeGalbo as it was batted near the line of scrimmage gave a chance to Notre Dame. And right now the red zone defense has actually done really well today for this Notre Dame team. He's been able to shut them down easily. Kutztown's 2 touchdowns. I mean, one came off of one red zone drive, but another one came off of a long pass play by DeGalbo to Torres. But so far, the communication between these both teams need to get going. With 5 seconds left on the play clock, DeGalbo gets the snap away. Going downfield for Pilkerton and out of his reach and almost intercepted there by this team of Bryce Shepard for Notre Dame. And again, right now, DeGalbo with another incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd down and 10. So far, you just got to look at some of these passes. He's thrown a few incomplete ones, all of them to Jack Pilkerton. I mean, I don't know what's going on right now, but DeGalbo, so far in these last couple of plays, he's targeted Jack Pilkerton. Has just been way out of his reach. But okay, so now we get down to 2nd and 10. DeGalbo will try and run with it. He'll get at least 3 yards. He slides down near the 42 of Kutztown. And the clock will continue to roll with under 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Now 3rd down and 8. Kutztown has 2 timeouts left. And we'll see what they run here. So they're not going too aggressive here, with Kutztown taking the lead here. But now it'll be a 3rd down and 8 for Kutztown. DeGalbo with the snap. Go fire across the middle for Novak. It is another interception by Shepard, and he's going to run it back all the way near the 40, and he gets pushed out near the 35. So now 3 interceptions on the day for Colin DeGalbo. But as he tried to force this one to Jake Novak, I think Novak was able to he was at least able to get a few hands on it, but the ball just popped out, and Shepard was in the right position to catch that ball. And now it gives a better field position for this Notre Dame Falcons team. A minute 21 to go. And now we'll give a chance for Chris Brim to try and drive this team downfield for a score. As you mentioned, 6 interceptions before today for DeGalbo. Now he's thrown 3. But on this one, there'll be a pass to Jeremy Hamilton, the wide receiver. He gets at least 3 or 4 yards before being brought down. So it'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Falcons. As the passing game did start out good early for this Kutztown Golden Bears team, but so far it's starting to fall apart as DeGalbo needs to work on his accuracy going into the halftime. But Brim going deep for Hamilton as it is incomplete. Hamilton was just a little short right there, just not being able to bring it down. But now it'll be a 3rd down and 7 for the for the Falcons of Notre Dame. As the other games kick off around 1 o'clock. This game's almost near halftime. 46 seconds to go. A 3rd down and 7. Another defensive stop would certainly help the Kutztown offense. Brim looks to the far side to see what play he should call. Brim tried to escape pressure and gets brought down for the sack. A good tackle right there by Ryan Myers with the sack. Ryan Myers, the junior out of Hellertown, Pennsylvania. And so it'll be 4th down and 13 for Notre Dame. we'll see if they run another play. I mean, they don't necessarily have to, but actually looks like they will have to. They're really just taking their time. They don't really want to give the ball back to Kutztown. But yeah, so the play clock will run down. So with 0 seconds to go, they decide to use a timeout. So a very interesting call there by Notre Dame of Ohio. They could have ran it down, but for some reason they decided not to. They probably just want to run at least one more play. But so far, you got to look at both of these games of a first half recap so far. Both teams have had defensive stops in the first quarter. Both teams had to punt the ball away. Well, Notre Dame punted the ball away. Kutztown was able to drive downfield. Dean Christick tried to kick for the field goal. He missed it. It was at least around 40 yards. But then both teams made interceptions. Nick Palmer with the interception for Kutztown. But then Colin DeGalbo had thrown an interception near the red zone. But so far, 14-7. Kutztown scored on a trick play. Jake Novak threw it to Jerry Kapp. And then also got a 80-yard touchdown catch by Diego Torres. But as we get back to play, 4th down by Brim as he tried to get the throw away, but he was hit from behind by Hez Trahan. As that will end the first half here at Andre Reed Stadium. Kutztown leading 14-7 over Notre Dame of Ohio. And they will get the ball first. Both teams will try to continue to improve their play here going into the second half. The winner of this game will move on to the third round of the NCAA Division II playoffs. But we'll step aside, but we'll be right back after the half. You're listening to the radio voice of Kutztown University's presentation of Golden Bears football. Stick around for after the half.
With a varied membership and immense class, the passion for bringing music into the hearts of our community ties the Kutztown University Orchestra together. KUO brings to campus the great symphonic works from the Baroque to the present. Overtures, symphonies, suites, guest soloists, and newly commissioned works are regularly performed. The orchestra holds free concerts on campus every semester in Schaefer Auditorium. Follow us on Facebook at Kutztown Orchestra for more information. This message was brought to you by the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR.
You're listening to the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR. Did you miss a show? Want to hear your favorite shows on your time? Check out our Mixcloud page where you can hear select programming on your schedule. Mixcloud is a digital audio streaming platform service rethinking radio. Just go to mixcloud.com/KU radio and click on the show that you want to hear. KUR, the radio voice of Kutztown University.
In addition to the online home for Kutztown University Athletics, KUBears.com, there are several ways to follow the Golden Bears through social media. Find out about KU Athletics on Twitter by following @KU Golden Bears. Become a fan on Facebook by searching for and liking Kutztown University Athletics. Finally, check out how to sign up for email and mobile phone updates at KUBears.com. Stay in touch with the Kutztown Golden Bears.
Scouting is awesome. You get to do a whole bunch of stuff that you never thought you could do.
I've gone skiing, snowboarding, surfing.
We chopped wood with an axe.
We get to go caving, climbing,
mountain biking.
I kind of like the hiking in Scouts.
Scouting is a lifestyle.
The Scout is trustworthy, loyal,
friendly,
helpful,
courteous,
obedient,
kind,
cheerful, thrifty,
brave, clean, and reverent.
Scouting is my direction.
Adventures to remember, words to live by. Go to scouting.org today.
Be a scout.
Listen to KUR every Saturday night from 10 to midnight Eastern Time for the Cat Beast Radio Show. Explore the world with Angie Dorn as she plays the best in punk, rock, and surf. Hear it here on www.kutztown.edu/KUR. KUR, the radio voice of Kutztown University.
Christmas is upon us, and the world is filled with cheer. It appears everywhere we turn, we are greeted with those familiar, telltale signs of the season: Christmas trees, wreaths, decorations, and uplifting music. But I'm going to stop you right there. Christmas is still a long way off, and there is much to do before the holy day. While this is all well and good, this Thursday at 7, at the St. Christopher Newman Center, we'll be discussing how the church offers us a deeper meaning to the season we call Advent. So if you're looking for something else this Christmas, join us at 7 at the St. Christopher Newman Center to enjoy the real meaning of Christmas.
Don't you hate it when you listen to those other radio stations with those fancy schmancy corporate weather forecasts?
This is Dr. Joe Hurricane from Super Accurate Weather Incorporated telling you it's going to be clear as a whistle all day. Beautiful weather.
Only to walk out the door and be greeted with this? Guess you should have listened to Monsoon Mike on KUR. Local weather from KUR's own weather expert, Monsoon Mike, every hour. It's right here on the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR.
These are the sounds of someone taking their eyes off the road. Texting while driving is more than distracting. It's dangerous. Do yourself a favor. Do us all a favor. When you're on the road, stay off the phone. A message from CTIA, America's Wireless Companies, and the National Safety Council.
To get the most up-to-date and in-depth information about the Kutztown University Golden Bears, visit KU Athletics online at KUBears.com. KUBears.com features extensive coverage for all 21 of Kutztown University's NCAA varsity sports. The website also features video content and allows fans to follow select games through live statistics. Be sure to check out the Kutztown Golden Bears at KUBears.com. Go Bears, go!
Hey, what's this one? I think this is the new 21 Pilots song. He kind of sounds different, though. Did he do something to his voice?
Maybe. I don't know. Is it Panic?
No, it can't be Panic.
I don't know,
Really?
dude. Maybe.
Oh, hey, wait. I think it's...
Well, if you tune into Unsung Underground's brand new time every Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m., you can find out who that artist is, who this artist is, and many more just like them.
The words I'm holding down in my throat. I can't believe in anything and they know.
Since the early 70s, Friends Incorporated, located at 658 D Noble Street in Kutztown, has helped thousands of families in northeastern Berks County strengthen relationships with themselves and their community through a wide range of outreach services. Every family and individual is offered case management services, food pantry assistance, counseling, support groups, and program referrals. Contact Friend Incorporated at 610-683-7790. That's 610-683-7790. Or visit their website, www.friendinc.org. Friend Incorporated, helping our neighbors to strengthen our community.
Can you tell if the leftovers from this dinner party are beginning to grow bacteria that could lead to severe diarrhea, vomiting, and stomach cramps? Listen. Can't, can you? You can't see it either. Make sure your leftovers are as safe as they are delicious. Get them into the refrigerator as soon as possible and transfer them into shallow containers. Spoiled leftovers can make you very sick, or worse. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year, and roughly 3,000 will die. But you can keep your family safer by chilling food promptly and properly. Learn more about this and other important information. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. That's foodsafety.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Follow KUR, an award-winning radio station, on Twitter to receive exciting daily content delivered straight to your newsfeed. You'll discover diverse music, breaking news, and engaging student DJ content. Visit twitter.com/KU Radio to tweet along. Remember to use hashtag KU Radio on social media. We are the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR.
Show your maroon and gold pride. Be sure to check out Kutztown Athletics apparel across various outlets in Lehigh and Berks counties. KU Golden Bears gear can now be purchased at Walmart in Temple and Boscov's in Berks County and the Lehigh Valley. Also, Kutztown gear is available at the official headquarters for KU Gear, the KU Student Bookstore located on the scenic KU campus. Make sure to stock up on your maroon and gold apparel this fall and be ready for the new year.
Choose a Kutztown master's degree, offering 26 degrees in the arts, sciences, and education. KU graduate programs prepare you to enter the workforce, advance your career, or move into a new field. With international faculty, affordable costs, flexible schedules, and internship opportunities, don't miss out. Apply online or stop by the graduate admissions office conveniently located in Boxwood House on Kutztown campus.
The Exquisite Corpse. A very unusual and completely amazing story pieced together out of so many parts that it is not possible to describe them all here, so go ahead and just start reading. The full moon lights the silver rails winding around dark mountains and over steep gorges of jagged rock and one freezing cold rushing black mountain river. I wish there was enough time to describe all of the funny twists and turns, especially the elephant clown party, that led up to now, but there isn't enough time because there is a ticking clock. And the two passengers we care most about don't know anything about it. In a sleeping berth in the third car from the end of the train are two children, 11-year-old twins who have just run away from the circus. The girl's name is Nancy, the boy's name is Joe. They have no idea that those are not their true names, though they will figure it out soon enough. To see what happens next, visit read.gov to read The Exquisite Corpse, a riveting adventure pieced together by John Sheska, Shannon Hale, Daniel Handler, and other popular authors. Explore new worlds. Read. This exciting message is brought to you by the Library of Congress and the Ad Council.
Do you like video games? Of course you do, so come listen to 1.1, Thursdays 3 to 4, where I talk about video games and their soundtrack, the most underrated part of video games. So if you like video games and the music, this is the place for you. Again, it's Thursdays 3 to 4. This is DJ, also known as DJ, here at KUR, the radio voice of Kutztown University.
The Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce is your premier resource and voice for trusted local business. The Chamber advances regional economic and cultural growth through supportive collaboration with business and community organizations, as well as government. For more information, call the Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce at 610-683-8860. That's 610-683-8860, or visit their website at northeastberkschamber.com.
Hi, this is Nicolas Cage. When you're a teenager, there are a lot of things going on that can produce stress and anxiety. The pressures of school, dating, and the future in general can seem overwhelming sometimes. But there are healthy ways to deal with stress, ways to reduce it and channel your energy in positive directions, and you don't have to do it alone. The Will Rogers Institute has a free booklet with some really helpful information.
For your free copy, visit wrinstitute.org and find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Check out the Kutztown University Rohrbach Library's website for everything you need to know about the Rohrbach Library, from simple things like library hours to more advanced things like PC availability, print quotas, citation information, links to Rohrbach Library's mobile applications, the Rohrbach Library Facebook page, and much, much more. It's all at kutztown.edu/library. That's kutztown.edu/library. The Rohrbach Library is a great public service to all Kutztown students, faculty, and staff, as well as the Kutztown community.
Hey there. Are you looking for music to relax to on an easy Sunday morning? Classical Guitar Live has music and interviews with many of the world's foremost guitarists and composers, produced by Executive Director Tony Morris. Tune in on Sundays at 11 a.m. here on the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR.
Darlene!
Not now. I'm watching my stories.
Dad? Yeah, boy.
I need to tell you something.
What?
I have these feelings.
Feelings? What feelings?
Well, the thing is, Dad, I like boys.
What? You're gay? Aw, son. I'm proud of you. Took lots of guts. And please know that both me and your mom are here for you. After all, you're our son, and we love you no matter what.
Need someone who understands? If you're a lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, or questioning youth, Lyric can help. At Lyric, young people get the support they need to come out early and follow their heart. I'm Armistead Maupin. Please join me in supporting Lyric. To learn more and make a donation, visit lyric.org today.
And for GLBTQ resources on campus, visit the KU GLBTQ Center, Old Main, Room 4.
It's on us.
To make sure that everyone knows that if a partner doesn't or can't consent to sex, it's sexual assault.
It's on us to step up and say something.
To not give our friends a pass.
To always be on the side of the survivor.
To realize we have a role to play in stopping sexual assault.
It's on us, the Golden Bear community, to stop sexual assault.
I took the pledge, and you should too, at itsonus.org.
My dad came to live with us last month, and it's going pretty well.
I feel like I never have time for myself.
With him being around more, it really lets us catch up on things.
His memory isn't what it used to be.
We get up and we have coffee.
He usually wakes up at 4:30.
Then we go for a walk.
He needs lots of my attention.
I do need to keep an eye on his medications, though. That's important.
Sometimes I feel like a pharmacist.
I'd say John and the kids are adjusting pretty well.
They honestly have no idea what I'm going through.
It can be a little challenging.
Help.
But so far, so good.
I could really use just a little help.
For those dealing with the daily struggles of caring for a loved one, we hear you. That's why AARP created a community with experts and other caregivers for advice, tips, and support. Together, let's help each other better care for ourselves and the ones we love. Visit aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Tune in and open your mind's eye with Mind's Eye Radio, a show that mixes poetry, prose, drama, interviews, and songs to explore contemporary social issues. Each compelling program lends voices, ideas, opinions, and stories into a thought-provoking hour that you won't regret. Catch it here, Sundays at 3 p.m. on the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR.
The traditional light bulb, a groundbreaking invention in 1879. Other groundbreaking ideas from that time, the whalebone corset, the pedal-operated submarine, and the two-story outhouse. We've come a long way since then. It's time our light bulbs did the same. Visit EnergySavers.gov and learn about energy-saving light bulbs. See, these new bulbs are more efficient than the old ones, like a text message is more efficient than a carrier pigeon. They last longer, too, like how we humans last longer now that doctors use antibiotics instead of leeches. And they cut down on our energy costs, because in our own groundbreaking age of aeroplanes and moving pictures, we deserve a light bulb that saves us some cash. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Energy and the Ad Council.
This is the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR Kutztown. Welcome back to this coverage of Golden Bears football here on KUR. As we are close to starting the second half here at Andre Reed Stadium for this 2019 NCAA Division II football championship tournament game, in the second round game between Notre Dame Falcons and Kutztown Golden Bears. Kutztown leads 14-7 at the half. And thank you for joining us here on KUR. I'm Noah Pegler. As we look at the first half stats, you got one thing that sticks out is the fact that Kutztown's running game has only had 50 yards right now, that compared to what Notre Dame is doing with 112 yards right now. So for Kutztown, so far they could be leading this game by a whole lot more. So far they've only given up one touchdown to this Notre Dame team, but the rushing game is not going anywhere for Kutztown University right now. The passing game so far for Kutztown is 224 yards, which is pretty good. But then you notice Colin DeGalbo, he's had 3 interceptions He only had 6 coming into today. He's already met half of that. Now, some of that is not all his fault. Some of it was tip passes. One was near the line of scrimmage, and the other one was a pass thrown to Jake Novak, and it was just too tight of a coverage, and it just got tipped to another defensive player. So far, for the 2 scoring plays, you had a trick play by Kutztown where DeGalbo got the snap. He handed off to Neblett, and then Neblett did a toss back to Jake Novak, and then Novak threw it. It was like a Philly special, what the Philadelphia Eagles did to the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl, where Novak would throw it to Jerry Kapp, and he would make the catch for the touchdown. But then the Notre Dame football team drove down the field, and they ended up scoring a touchdown of their own in the second quarter. All these plays came in the second quarter. DJ Green actually, it was like a 50-yard run by him. It was actually over 52 yards on that play, as he just found some room right near midfield and went all the way to the end zone. And then Kutztown responded right away. One play on the next drive, a pass to Diego Torres, which was 80 yards for the score, and that gave Kutztown the lead 14-7. Another thing to note is that both of these teams, they've missed a field goal early in this game, and I mean, it'd be one thing if it was one side, but so far it's been both. And then you also got to mention Chris Brim, the quarterback for Notre Dame. He threw an interception earlier, but but after that interception, he sort of got it under control. But the passing game also needs to get going for this Notre Dame team. So far, they've only had 41 passing yards in that entire half. And then looking at it from how they did in the first quarter, I mean, they only got 22 more yards on the passing game. But then, yeah, the run game just picked up a lot more. A lot of that was from the DJ Green run. But again, I mean, we mentioned that the defenses were going to have to step up, and so far they pretty much have. And they've held both of these teams. Right now it's only a one-score game, and there's only been 3 scoring plays. Right now, looking at the red zone chances, and Notre Dame has not even been in the red zone yet, so that's one thing to keep an eye on. If Notre Dame wants to get these more chances to score, they need to get in the red zone. For Kutztown, their problem is they've got to the red zone. They just need to capitalize on those chances. I mean, they were 1 for 3. 1 for 3. It is just unbelievable to see that happen. And so far, I mean, third down conversions, Notre Dame's 3 for 8, while Kutztown's 4 for 8. I mean, Kutztown, that's pretty much average, but Notre Dame, they got to improve on those third down plays. But then also penalties. Notre Dame had 5 penalties, 2 of them by hooks. 2 of them were pass interference plays, and they extended the drive for Kutztown. I mean, so far, Hooks, I mean, I know he's a good defensive player, but so far he just needs to clean it up on at least timing his contact with the receiver and trying to beat the pass. And so far, I mean, as we mentioned, 3 interceptions for Kutztown, 1 for Notre Dame. And looking at this game, the winner of this will take on the winner of Slippery Rock and the winner of Slippery Rock versus Shepherd. And so far, Slippery Rock has taken the lead in that game. They are winning 13-0. That one just started with 1:25 to go in the first quarter. Meanwhile, West Florida is losing to Valdosta State 7-3. That game is in the second quarter as they're about to start the second quarter. And then you still have a few more games today. We'll continue to update you as those games start and continue out the rest of the day. So far, the possession for both of these teams, Kutztown has possessed it for over 16 minutes, while Notre Dame has only possessed it for over about 14 minutes. And right now, we are about to start the second half. Kutztown will get the ball first to start out, and we'll give a chance for Colin DeGalbo to try and clean things up there at quarterback. He's had a few good runs, but so far his passing game sort of just slowed down as we got closer to halftime. He's thrown for over 209 yards. He does have a touchdown, but again, those 3 interceptions. But we do have Navarez and Neblett to field the kick as we get the second half going underway here at Andre Reed Stadium. Navarez will field it near the 2. And he breaks through down to the 20 after shaking off a tackle. He gets brought down near the 22. Now Jim Clements, who's in his 6th season, hasn't had a losing record since starting here at Kutztown University, has done really well with leading this Kutztown football team. And now he's just got to try and figure out how to keep this all together. They were able to put together 2 scoring drives, but since then, just really nothing. So both sides just need to figure out a way to try and get in momentum in this second half. But we'll get it early for Kutztown as it is first down at their own 22-yard line. You got Neblett in the backfield with the Galbo. And right away, first play of this half is looks to be a penalty. And we'll see who it is on.
Offense, number 78. 5-yard penalty, first down.
So the penalty was on the lineman and Luke Lozowicki, a lineman out of Broome Mall, Pennsylvania, Marple Newtown High School. So another penalty that's affecting Kutztown. So moving back 5 yards. So 1st and 15 for the Golden Bears. Neblett still in the backfield. They'll give it right to Neblett. And he gets at least near to the line of scrimmage, and he may have lost a yard, so it'll be second down and 16 for the Golden Bears. So actually, it'll stay at the 5th. It'll stay 15 yards back from the first down, so second down and 15 for the Golden Bears. So far, we've seen a lot of different target options for Colin DeGalbo. We've seen Novak, we've seen McElroy and Torres. But we're just waiting for somebody to make the big play. Cap will make the catch right here on the 2nd and 15. He gets near the first down, and they will give it to him. So a 15-yard catch by Jerry Cap. And we'll get it all the way out to Kutztown's 32. So first down for the Golden Bears. Mike Jacobs used to play for Cal U here in the PSAC or against this Kutztown team, so he knows what it's like to play against this team, even though this team has never played against Kutztown. But a catch there by Jerry Cap, at least 30 or 40 yards there, making the catch over the defender. He did step out of bounds near the 37, and it will be a first down there by the Golden Bears. Just a terrific catch as Jerry Cap was able to bring it down to make the catch. DeGalbo on the first down, going for Smith, and it was just way far out of his reach, incomplete. As the defensive coverage there by Notre Dame's Curtis Collins, the linebacker out of Indianapolis, Indiana. So it'll be a second down and 10 for the Falcons. 13:26 to go here at Andre Reed Stadium. Kutztown leading 14-7. Second down and 10 for the Golden Bears as they're at Notre Dame's 37. Neblett in the backfield for the Golden Bears. DeGalbo will hand it to Neblett, and he got Matt right near the line of scrimmage. So now it'll be a third down for Kutztown Golden Bears as they are 4 for 8 on third downs today. Brandon Smith will check into the game. So far, Brandon Smith, he's gotten 2 receptions for 15 yards. So far, the leading receiver in yards is Jack Pilkerton, the tight end. Right now, Torres is actually the leading wide receiver of 129 yards. And as this pass is tipped and intercepted, Torres couldn't bring it down on the third down. And another interception by Kutztown. That's 4 for Colin DeGalbo. Certainly this one wasn't his fault. Torres had it in his hands. As it is another interception and turnover by this Kutztown offense. And right there you saw or you just heard that the interception was there by a Notre Dame player in Jeffrey Thomas out of Akron, Ohio. And Notre Dame will start with the ball at their own 30-yard line. 12:42 to go in the third quarter. And they hand off to McLaughlin. He'll run around and he'll find some room to run with it, and he'll get the first down. So on that play, he ran toward the far side, trying to run with the offensive line, but then just couldn't find any room to run with, so then he turned it around. He made it all the way back to the first down marker, so a good turnaround there by McLaughlin. So now on the first down, McLaughlin will run with it again, breaks a few tackles, and he gets all the way out toward the 50, so it'll be a 2nd down and 2 for the Falcons. Right now, McLaughlin, just on 2 run plays, is averaging at least 7 or 8 yards per run. As we mentioned, is one of the top running backs who's had over 2,000 yards back-to-back seasons. And they'll give it right back to McLaughlin, and he gets a run on the near side, and he goes all the way out to Kutztown's 35. So at least 15-yard run by Notre Dame. Another first down as they continue to feed McLaughlin. Clock continues to roll, 11:30 here in the third quarter, and we'll see what they do next. Brim gets it to Johnson, and he gets all the way out to the 29. And it'll be a gain of at least 5 yards, so a 2nd down and 5 at Kutztown's 29. So right now there, a short pass right there. Tate Johnson getting at least 5 yards, continues to move this offense for the Falcons as they're trailing right now 14-7. Brim gets it to Johnson again, and he looks to be just short of the first down. He got at least 4 yards, but it'll be a 3rd down and 1 for the Falcons. They make a substitution, Notre Dame. As it is a 3rd down, they are 3 for 8 on 3rd down conversions today. As Brim will get the snap to McLaughlin, and he will get the first down.
Number 20, Jaleel McLaughlin on the carry. Number 26, Thomas. Number 35,
so another first down by McLaughlin. He's done most of the work on this drive. But another good run right there to at least get the first down. Right now, Notre Dame, they have a record of 1-1 when they are trailing at halftime. They would certainly like to get that at least as a 500 record, as they need to come back in this one. Brim will hand it off to DJ Green in the middle, and he'll get at least, looks to be at least 8 yards, but it'll be 2nd down for the Falcons as they're at Kutztown's 13-yard line. Brim gets it to Green again, and he reaches for the first down, and he'll get it. So another first down conversion. It should be 1st and goal for the Falcons. And so far in this second half, an interception by Notre Dame and Jeffrey Thomas gives this chance for Notre Dame to tie up the game as they continue to march down the field. A lot of it from the work of Jaleel McLaughlin. But now it'll be a 1st and goal for Notre Dame, and they'll sweep it to McLaughlin onto the far side, try to find some room, and he gets wrapped up as Nick Palmer there grabbed him on the leg and just held him right there. So it'll be 2nd and goal after a loss of at least 4 or 5 yards. Just tried to find room to work with, and then Palmer just came right up out of from the defensive line and just showed right there to reach McLaughlin, and he brought him down. Clock will continue to roll. 8:26 to go here in the third quarter. Brim gets it away, just throws it near the ground. He had Ross in the area. It was just near the ground and short, so it'll be 3rd and goal as the clock will stop at 8:21. This drive is taking up most of the quarter. But another 3rd down situation for Notre Dame. So far, they've done well on this drive with trying to get it to McLaughlin. But now it all comes down to the 3rd down to try and put up more points on the board. Ross goes in motion. Brim gets it off and is incomplete. Behind all the wide receivers had Johnson and Hamilton in the area. But it'll be a 4th down, and they will send out the field goal unit. As this looks to be a 22-yard field goal.
Number 47, Tanner Harding, in to attempt a 29-yard field goal. The holder is number 30, Michael West.
So they said 29 yards, so we'll see how far, or see how this one goes. He missed one earlier. And is good, so gives 3 points to the Falcons of Notre Dame as the score is Kutztown 14, Notre Dame 10. As Kutztown will try and get the ball back. Well, they will get the ball back, but they'll try and do something to improve on the offense, as we mentioned. The first half of that first half started good for Kutztown, but since then it's just been sloppy play, sloppy incomplete passes, and then it's also turned into interceptions by Colin DeGalbo. Even if some of them aren't his fault, but so far it's slowing down this Kutztown team. The score could be a lot higher if they just that interception ratio was just down to like 1 or 2. To give you guys an update, Slippery Rock is winning 20-6 in the second quarter, while West Florida is winning over Valdosta State 10-7. As they're in the second quarter as well. But now as Kutztown will get the ball back. They got to improve on some plays, and they may have to go back to the rush game to try and open that up to help DeGalbo. Navarez will field it and get the fair catch. Now one should be brought out all the way to the 25. Looking at Notre Dame, usually when they have the turnover ratio, their record is 4-0. So right now the turnovers, they're winning at least 4-1 on them due to the fact that 4 interceptions to only 1 of theirs. So right now, I mean, the record shows that they should win this game, but they are still down by 4, 8:14 to go here in the third quarter, and it's NCAA Division II football championship tournament game in the second round. But a 1st and 10 at the 25 for the Golden Bears. DeGalbo tries to get it to Neblett, and he gets brought down in the backfield by this defense, number 53, in Savion Davis. So a loss of 14 yards. Right now, this last play, they're trying to have Neblett run behind the lineman, but then the one player in Davis just came running behind him. And now they just need to continue to run smarter plays to have Neblett get that spark. And DeGalbo trying to escape the pocket with a run. And they may have gave him a yard, so it'll be a 3rd down and 13. And Kutztown got to keep it going as they're in danger of facing a 3-and-out. Clock continues to roll as we're already halfway through this third quarter. They look toward the sideline to figure out what they should do on this play. They got McElroy and Novak on the far side. Got Cap on the near side. Neblett in the backfield. Play clock down to 8 seconds to Galbo. Going for Cap, and is out of his reach, incomplete. Kutztown wanted the flag, but they won't get it. As it looks like Salters on the coverage for Notre Dame, and is a 3-and-out for the Kutztown offense, 4th down. And they send out the punting unit. So far, we haven't seen many punts out of Kutztown. I mean, so far, most of it has been on missed field goals and turnovers when you really think about it. So this is a big stop right here for this Notre Dame defense. Chris gets the punt away. Fair catch by Ross right near their own 38-yard line. So now we'll give it right back to Notre Dame. They're still trailing this one, but their defense is giving them a hand. So 6:47 left in the third quarter.
39-yard punt, 1st and 10 for the Falcons.
As you mentioned, this Notre Dame team knows how to play a game on the road. I mean, both teams, they haven't lost a game on the road so far. Kutztown, I mean, they lost their one game here at home, and that one just came down in the final minutes against Slippery Rock. And now it'll be a first down for Notre Dame at their own 39. They'll hand it off to Green, and he'll get at least 2 yards before being brought down. So 2nd down and 8 for the Falcons. Looking at this, Kutztown's passing game ranks 21st in the NCAA Division II and may have a good game against Notre Dame's pass defenses. I mean, so far, Kutztown has done well in the passing game, but the rushing game is just not there. But meanwhile, for the other side, Notre Dame, as they get a run here, Green gets a run for a few yards, and he gets the first down as he mark him down near midfield at the 49. But so far, the run game has just been working out so well for Notre Dame. They had at least over 112 yards rushing, and they got to be near at least 150 by the end of this quarter. So far, Green and McLaughlin have just been able to run the ball so well. But on this play, McLaughlin got met right there by this defense of Kutztown. And so it looks to lose a few yards, and it will be 2nd down and 11 for the Notre Dame Falcons. Clock continues to wind down, 5:28 to go here in the third quarter. Noah Pegler calling this game here for you guys on KUR. Brim gets the pass off, and it is tipped right there by Kutztown. Could have been an interception. Palmer was in the area. It was tipped by Amani Justice. But a good pass breakup right there to force a 3rd down for Notre Dame. Clock stops at 5:16. Another crucial 3rd down. They convert. So far, they're 4 for 9 on 3rd downs today. Brim steps back to throw, trying to escape away from Amani Justice, and he loses the football, and it is recovered by the Golden Bears. So Amani Justice was able to get to Brim, stripping the ball away, and a fumble recovery. By the looks of it, was Adams Williams, the lineman for the Golden Bears. And now it gives the chance for the offense at midfield. Kutztown gets it at their own 47. So that is technically the second fumble of the game. Earlier, Brim fumbled a snap, but Notre Dame was able to recover their own fumble. But this one right there, Brim just couldn't get away, and he lost the football right there. So now we'll see what the offense can do. Neblett gets away, going through the middle, and he gets brought down near Notre Dame's 45. As they go into Notre Dame's part of the field, it will be a 2nd down and 2 for the Golden Bears. Right now you got Torres lined up on the far side. You got Borg on the line for Kutztown. DeGolbo will hold on to it, tries to get the first down. He will, continues to run, and gets all the way out to the 36 of Notre Dame. A good run right there, an aggressive play by the quarterback, and it'll be a first down. And certainly interesting seeing DeGolbo right there. I mean, he knew he had the first down, but he wants to keep his team going and wants to get as much yardage as they can for this team. So it looks to be an injured player for Notre Dame. It looks to be number 50 in Sean Williams, the defensive line out of Youngstown, Ohio. And also went to Ursuline High School. And we'll step aside here as they take care of the injury.
Avalanche, Kutztown University's very own mascot, is available to appear at your event. Whether it's a birthday party, grand opening, or town parade, inviting Avalanche will add in extra fun and entertainment for people of all ages. Also, kids can join Avalanche's Golden Bear Cub Club, which allows them to become junior members of the KU team. Make everyone's experience golden by visiting kutztown.edu/avalanche. Once again, that's kutztown.edu/avalanche.
Welcome back to this coverage of Golden Bears football here on KUR as we get back going on a first down. Neblett tried to get going, but was brought down after at least a gain of 2 yards, so it'll be a second down and 8 for Kutztown. Kutztown finally getting something going here on offense after another turnover by DeGolbo in this quarter. But then Kutztown's defense is able to force a fumble thanks to Amani Justice being able to break a fumble away from the quarterback and Brim. And now the Kutztown's at the 36 of Notre Dame. Neblett gets away, and he's going towards the 25, to the 20, to the 10, near to the 5, pushed out at the 5. And a good run there by Abdul Hassan Neblett. Found some room after breaking through the line, decided to change direction, and went all the way down the sideline. And a first and goal for the Golden Bears. Those are just the good run plays that we've been expecting out of Abdul Hassan Neblett. Certainly, once you get him into open space, he just turns it loose. And he finally needed to catch a break, and he got his moment today. But it gives a first and goal for the Golden Bears. And the DeGolbo will hold on to it, and he tries to get through this defensive unit of Notre Dame. He lost the football, but they're saying he was down. So right there, another run play by the Kutztown offense by DeGolbo. Loses a few yards, and it'll be second down. But it's just interesting to see some of these run plays by DeGolbo. I mean, he's done well on run plays, but not near the red zone. It's like the last 2 games, every time he's run it, he's either lost a few yards or only gained like 1 or 2. So the plays are just not working right there when at least you have DeGolbo trying to run it near the red zone. Something to work on as they make it into next week. DeGolbo going for the end zone for a pass, and it's just not close to Jerry Cap as it's incomplete, so it'll be a third down for the Golden Bears. Looks like on this play he had the right. Looks like Cap was wide open, but looks like the pass just was not in the right spot. Looks like the pass was just behind Jerry Cap and was just a little too far out of his reach. And now Kutztown faces a third down here in the red zone. They've only scored on one red zone chance today. This is their 4th of the day. We'll see if they can capitalize on it. DeGolbo going for the end zone is incomplete. Brandon Smith was right there, couldn't bring it down. And now it'll be a 4th down and they're going to send out the field goal unit as Chrisick will try another attempt at the field goal. And it's just very interesting. Smith was open right there, and it looked like he may have gotten a hand on it, but it looks like he may have taken his eyes off it way too quickly. And now we'll see if the field goal can at least bring it back to a 7-point game. 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Chrisick gets the kick away and is good. So a field goal made by Chrisick. So that's his second field goal made on the season. And at least gives 3 more points to this Kutztown offense as we have 2 minutes to go. Kutztown leading 17-10 over the Notre Dame Falcons.
For national championships at play, providing disaster relief efforts, youth clinics, and educational support. The NCAA and its partners work together to leave a lasting.
So right now Notre Dame will get the ball back with 2 minutes to go. They'll just need to improve on so far the run game has worked well for them all day, but eventually you need to get some passing game going. And so far they've had a few incomplete passes that just haven't gone their way. At the half, Brim was at least thrown 50% of his pass. He was 8 for 16 at halftime. But so far, some drop passes just have not helped them at all. Right now, looking at some of the other games, Shepherd looked to still be trailing Slippery Rock. Only gotten 6 points in that game so far. They were able to pull off the upset against Indiana last week to make it to this game. But again, the winner of this game will take on the winner of Slippery Rock and Shepherd. As Ross fields that kick, and he gets all the way out to the 25-yard line. So all the way out to the 25-yard line, and we'll see another chance for this offense with Chris Brim and Notre Dame.
33 with the tackle for Kutztown. First and 10 for Notre Dame at its own 25.
So this defense of Kutztown has been working all day, and right now is one of the reasons why why Kutztown is still in the lead. They just haven't given up many points to this Notre Dame offense. They've been able to do well on the third downs, which is always crucial. But here we go for the offense. McLaughlin gets some room after breaking a few tackles. And he gets all the way out to at least the 33, so it'll be a 2nd down and 2 for the Golden Bears. So to give you an update, Slippery Rock is winning 23-6 with 4:51 to go in the second quarter. And Brim will hand it off to Green, and he's just short of the first down marker. He looks to be close, and they might give it to him, and they will. As a very good job by DJ Green to make that run, and it gives a first down to Notre Dame. Clock will continue to roll about a minute to go. Right now the fans are not happy, and some people thought he was just short of the marker. But we'll keep playing here. 15 seconds to go. Brim will hand it off to Green, and he found some room in the middle, and he's going to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, and it is a touchdown by the Falcons. And that will at least give a chance for Notre Dame to tie up the game. They did a fake to McLaughlin, and they gave it to Green. But there is a flag down back near the line of scrimmage. And this one might be coming back, and it is against Notre Dame. So Michael Kyle, the lineman out of Columbus, Ohio, got called for the holding, and now that just takes away the chance from this team for Notre Dame. The hold takes away the touchdown, and now we're still at 17-10. So they shoot the 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So it's a 1st and 16, and certainly what was supposed to look like a brilliant run play just turned into a penalty. But they'll try it again. They give it to McLaughlin as he tries to escape the pressure from the line. He does get some yardage, and he gets all the way out to near the 39. And we'll see if they run one more play here at 25 seconds to go.
11 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
As they do line up, the clock winds down to about 10 seconds. They should be able to get one more play off. And Brim will get it to Green as he tries to get the first down, and he will as he gets near the 47. And will stop with 1 second. But they'll roll the clock. But that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. We got 15 minutes left in this one, folks, as Kutztown leads 17-10. Winner moves on to the second round. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR. Did you miss a show? Want to hear your favorite shows on your time? Check out our Mixcloud page where you can hear select programming on your schedule. Mixcloud is a digital audio streaming platform service rethinking radio. Just go to mixcloud.com/KU radio and click on the show that you want to hear. KUR, the radio voice of Kutztown University.
Welcome back to this coverage of Golden Bears football here on KUR as we are about to start the fourth quarter. Kutztown leading 17-10. Noah Pegler here on the call for the Kutztown Golden Bears as we're about to start the fourth quarter. Notre Dame has the football. They just had a big play where it was a run for almost 50 yards, but it was offset by the penalty on the hold by Michael Kyle, the offensive lineman.
1st and 10 for the Falcons at their own 48-yard line.
But now as we get going here in the fourth quarter, Notre Dame is at their own 48-yard line. Brim gets the pass off to his wide receiver, and number 8, and he gets all the way down to the Kutztown side of the field on the 45, as it was Zaire Mitchell, the tight end out of Rockville, Maryland, with the reception. It will make it a 2nd and 3 for the Falcons. Certainly the short passing game has worked out for Notre Dame today, but they got to continue to improve upon it. But then Green on this run play gets at least 3 yards, and they'll give him the first down. So another first down conversion by this Notre Dame team. As we mentioned earlier, Kutztown hasn't given up many first downs on the run play. But so far, the run game has done well for Notre Dame as they've gotten over 208 yards, at least at the start of this quarter. While Kutztown's only at 93, so you definitely see a lot of good running game for this Notre Dame team as McLaughlin breaks through and could have had a chance to go to the end zone, but was brought down by Cody Scher of Kutztown. And right there, Cody Scher, the defensive back, sophomore out of Lehighton, Pennsylvania, with a terrific stop to keep Kutztown from giving up 7 points. But now it'll be a 2nd down and 2. They'll give it back to McLaughlin, and he gets the first down, but he gets brought down right away by this team of Kutztown. But another first down play on another run play. So far, DJ Green's had over 118 yards, and then Jaleel McLaughlin, he's got at least over 90 yards now at this point. Hasn't scored a touchdown, but so far, both of those running backs have been a phenomenal part of this offense for Notre Dame. Brim will run a play action, gets it to Mitchell. He breaks a tackle, and Amani Justice has to bring him down after pretty much like holding onto him, being dragged by Mitchell. And he does bring him down near the 12. So into the red zone is the Falcons of Notre Dame. And so far, the passing game hasn't done much. They've had only 50 yards, surprisingly. They've been held under 100 yards. But so far, Notre Dame's still in this game. Green gets another run play. Will get at least 4 yards. I'll give him 5, but it'll be a 2nd down and 5 for the Falcons. Strangely enough, both teams are now 4 for 11 on 3rd down conversions. Looking at both sides. And 6 penalties for Notre Dame in this game. If Notre Dame just didn't have some of those penalties, they could be ahead right now. Just seeing how close this game is with 12:20 to go here in the 4th quarter of this NCAA Division II football game. As Green tries to get toward the end zone and gets stopped near the 5. Looks to be just short of the 1st down marker. So it'll be a 3rd and 1.
4 yards on the play, 3rd and 1 at the 5.
So yeah, it's a 3rd and 1 for the Notre Dame of Ohio Falcons. We mentioned 4 for 11 today on 3rd downs. They need a touchdown to try and tie it. They could get a field goal, but they'd still be down. Notre Dame has not led all game. They could try and get a chance to tie it here. As they're at Kutztown's 5-yard line. So a Wildcat, as they said. We got the run by McLaughlin.
Number 20, Jaleel McLaughlin on the carry.
And they'll see if they give him the 1st down.
3-yard line.
And it looks to be just short. So it's a 4th down for the Falcons of Notre Dame. So far, Notre Dame's 0 for 1 on a 4th down conversion today. Mike Jacobs being aggressive on the play calling. Early in the 4th quarter, Notre Dame trying to tie this game up. Now I'll give it to McLaughlin. He's going to try and run with it. And he gets brought down near the line of scrimmage and looks to be just short. So a turnover on downs will give the ball back to Kutztown. A great defensive stop right there as Kutztown will get the ball near their own 5-yard line. Another play similar to their 3rd down play just moments ago. Didn't work this time. A great defensive stop by this defense of Kutztown University. A lot of credit goes to the defensive line of Eric Miller and Earl Voles and all these guys on the defensive line. They held their ground. They struggled against McLaughlin earlier, but this time they stepped up their game and held their ground, and they shut them down right in the red zone. And that was only the 2nd red zone chance of the day for Notre Dame of Ohio. They were not able to capitalize on it. And now 10:58 to go. DeGalbo and the offense will take over. DeGalbo is going to fire downfield for the middle for McElroy and is just way far out of reach for him as it's incomplete. And as the offensive woes for DeGalbo continue so far before coming into this quarter, he's now 16 for 32. He's keeping it at least 50% of his passes are being completed. But so far, if he could just get a few more of those completed passes, they probably could have had the game at least within a 2 or 3 score game. But now they'll give it to Neblett, and he tries to go around on the far side, and then he gets pushed out of bounds near the at least 10. But it'll be a 3rd down and 7 for the Golden Bears. Another 3rd down conversion is necessary for Kutztown. They are 4 for 11. And right now they're deep in their own territory. Notre Dame is going to try and keep them down here so that they can get great field position for their offense. 10:20 to go here in the 4th quarter. DeGalbo and it loses the football and is rolling out, and it is recovered. And it's going to be a touchdown for the Notre Dame Falcons. So a defensive strip sack fumble. And that gives Notre Dame the score. And it's now 17-16, pending an extra point. The defense right there A fumble recovery gives a chance. It looks to be Davis with the fumble recovery. And now gives Notre Dame a chance to tie up this game with 10-11 to go. Galbo just couldn't get the ball away. He didn't want to throw it away, but unfortunately he should have tried to get out of the end zone. But now he will get another chance. And the extra point is good, so we are tied up here, ladies and gentlemen, at 17-all here at the beginning of the fourth quarter with 10-11 to go here at Andre Reed Stadium. So right there, DeGalbo just had a few seconds to get the ball away, but certainly just couldn't get it to any of his wide receivers, didn't have anyone open. He didn't want to throw the ball away because he's thrown 4 interceptions on the day. He didn't want to have another one. But now, right there, the defense has definitely been the controlling factor of this game. I said the offense. Turns out it was the defense. Both defenses have kept this a low-scoring game, and right now we just saw the defense make the score for this Notre Dame team. But now at this point, whoever's offense can at least control time of the ball, and at least who could take the lead. Notre Dame, as we mentioned, has not led all game, but now they get a chance as they are tied up here at Andre Reed Stadium. But as it's been kicked away, Tavares will call for the fair catch near the 15. And this will move it all the way out to the 25.
For Kutztown at the 25-yard line.
And as looking at some of the other scores, Slippery Rock still leading 23-9 as that game is near halftime. Only about 25 seconds to go there in the first half. Meanwhile, Western Florida has taken the lead over Valdosta State, 17-7. And Carson Newman is now losing 14-0 to Lenore Rhine. And as all the other games get going, Linwood is losing 14-0 in their game to Northwest Missouri State, 14-0. 6:56 to go. DeGalbo going to try and get the passing game going downfield, and it's just out of reach for Jerry Capp. He got a hand on it, but was unable to bring it down, so it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Golden Bears at their own 25. So far we've noticed that most of the recent targets for DeGalbo have been mostly to Jerry Capp. We haven't seen much of Novak since pretty much the end of that second half, or the second quarter, excuse me. But since then, most of it's just gone to Jerry Capp, and it's been out of his reach, other than one great catch at the beginning of the third quarter. But Neblett will get a run, but he gets a loss of a few yards, and so it'll be now a 3rd down and 12 for the Golden Bears. The clock will continue to roll with about 9:58 to go here at Andre Reed Stadium. Noah Pegler here calling this game. So far, the Kutztown team has been stuck on offense. They've been only able to put up a field goal so far in the second half. They're scoring 2 touchdowns in the second quarter. You thought they'd get something going, but so far, this Notre Dame defense has just come alive. 3rd down, DeGalbo going to try and go back to Cap, and this time he makes the catch but drops it. He had the catch but knocked away by the defense. As another incomplete pass just frustrates this Kutztown offense. And it'll be 4th down, and the punting unit will come out for the Golden Bears. This time it was on target. Cap was away. He had the ball in his hands. But the defender put his arm right there to at least break up the pass. It just popped out. Would have been at least a 40-yard reception. And Christick will punt it away. And Green just lets it roll. And looks like Justice will field it right around the 20. So terrific punt by Dean Krissick to really help the defense. Done really well at the punting game this season. And he certainly helped out his defense right there. But now it's up to Chris Brim to try and get the lead for the Notre Dame Falcons. 9:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. For Notre Dame, they're going to try and get some points, but then also they might try and run some of the clock down as much as possible, because so far they did that in the third quarter. They were able to put up a score, but they don't want to give the ball back to Kutztown's offense. At least want to help out the defense a little. They give it to McLaughlin, and he loses a lot of yards on this one. He lost at least 7 or 8. Got brought down in the backfield. A terrific tackle by this defense of Kutztown. And Togba Port II out of Collingdale, Pennsylvania. Just made the right read and found McLaughlin right there. And lost a few yards on that play. So they said it was a loss of 6. So it'll be second down and 16 for the Falcons. And Brim gets the throw to Mitchell, and Mitchell holds on to it, and he gets a few more yards after breaking a tackle or two, and he'll get out to the 25-yard line, but it'll be third down and 5 for the Falcons. So now that another crucial third down. One man in the backfield for the Falcons. Brim hands it off to McLaughlin. He got met near the line of scrimmage, trying to break away a few tackles. Won't go down, but he gets brought down finally right around the 17. The defense just swarmed on him. And a great stop by this defense. And now the punting unit will come out for Notre Dame. It'll be fourth down and 10. Clock continues to roll as we reach the halfway mark at the fourth quarter. McLaughlin had been running well all day, but so far in the last couple of plays, he hasn't been able to go anywhere. This Kutztown defense has figured him out. McElroy is back for the field to field the punt, and he'll have to step back a bit, and he fields it right around the 37. Breaks off a tackle, got some room to work with, and he gets brought down near the 40. So far, both of these teams have just exchanged punts. And now Kutztown's offense will get a chance to do something. But there's a flag right back near the line of scrimmage. And we'll see what this does. This could be either, again, this could possibly involve another kick.
Illegal formation, offense number 15. Uncovered and ineligible player, reset into the formation. The 5-yard penalty, and will pack it on to the end of the run. First out.
So a 5-yard penalty will give another 5 yards at the end of that return. And so Kutztown will get some more room to work with on this field as we're right near midfield with 7:16 to go. Right now, the Golden Bears, they were within striking distance today of the program's total touchdown record of 68. They've had 64 before coming in today. We're now up to 66. They may not get it today, seeing by this game, but they could get it next week if they get a chance to win. But then as we go on this play, Neblett got some room to work with, and he gets brought down near the 49 as they cross into Notre Dame territory. So it'll be second and 5 on this drive. Another thing about this year's Kutztown team, they also gained the second most yards in school history with over 5,453 before coming into today. The school record is 6,048 yards. Earlier this year, they set the single-season rushing touchdown record, which is now 33. It will still stand out at 33. No rushing touchdowns today. But Neblett breaks a tackle and he tries to get near the first down. He got brought down by the defense of Notre Dame in Bryce Shepard. And they mark him 2 yards back, so it was a 3rd down and 2 for Kutztown. Clock continues to roll, 6 minutes to go. Score right now is Kutztown 17, Notre Dame 17. When this matchup moves on to the second round of this Division II NCAA football tournament, or the championship tournament. Neblett is in the backfield. To Galbo. Landed off to Neblett. Gets through a tackle, and then we'll see if they give him the first down, and he's just short. As his knee was down right near the 45 of Notre Dame. So 4th down. So the ref explaining a substitution that a player came off the field. But it's 4th down, and the offensive Kutztown staying on the field. Both teams still have 3 of their timeouts. DeGalbo does a QB sneak, and he should get it. And the official goes down on the far side, tripped up on something. And the official is down. He was running out there and all of a sudden just tripped up. Don't know what happened on that play. I mean, must have twisted his ankle as he was running out there.
So it's on the play. It's a first down by the offense. Number 11, helmet came off as it was on the play. He must hit the next play. Timeout on the field for an officiating injury.
So Kutztown does get the first down on that play, but the official is hurt. And we will step aside. We'll be back in a moment.
In addition to the online home for Kutztown University Athletics, KUBears.com, there are several ways to follow the Golden Bears through social media. Find out about KU Athletics on Twitter by following @KU Golden Bears. Become a fan on Facebook by searching for and liking Kutztown University Athletics. Finally, check out how to sign up for email and mobile phone updates at KUBears.com. Stay in touch with the Kutztown Golden Bears.
Welcome back to Golden Bears football here on KUR. Noah Pegler here as they were able to help the official on the sideline who tripped up on the last play. Is on the far side near Notre Dame's bench. The referee went to run out there to stop the play, but then suddenly just tripped up. Hopefully the official is okay. It's unfortunate to see that happen, especially seeing how it could affect the calls, but they do have an alternate referee, so things are okay. But then now Nickel steps into the game, and as they'll get a run to Neblett, and he'll get a few yards before being brought down, so it'll be a 2nd down and 8. Looks like they're giving Colin DeGalbo a breather, especially after running a QB sneak. Probably got piled up right there. But we're down to under 5 minutes to go. Kutztown's going to try and drive as much time off of this clock as possible. Got Neblett in the backfield. DeGalbo steps back to throw. Going toward the middle to Torres, and it is incomplete. It was right there, but Salters, the defender for Notre Dame, broke up the pass, and is incomplete. So now it will be a 3rd down and 8 for the Golden Bears. Had the right idea, but just Torres was not there. Well, Torres just couldn't bring it down and couldn't get away from the defender. It's been great defense for this Notre Dame team. But now 3rd and 8. Neblett in the backfield. DeGalbo will get it to Neblett as he goes all the way toward the 40, trying to break a tackle, and he gets brought down, and so it'll be a 4th down by this for Kutztown. Notre Dame makes another stop. But now we'll see what the play call is. Right now, Kutztown hasn't converted a fourth down all day. Well, except for the last one. They were so far 1 for 1. That was a QB sneak by DeGalbo. But Clements is trusting his quarterback. We'll see if it pays off. DeGalbo goes back to throw. Going for McElroy to make the catch, and is incomplete, saying he was out of bounds. And a frustrating call right there. McElroy thinking he had his foot in bounds. And a turnover on downs by the Golden Bears is giving the ball back to Notre Dame right near midfield. McElroy made the catch, but they said that he never got the foot down in bounds, which is very interesting considering you only need 1 foot down in the college rules. But it looks like the only reason why I would say that he didn't get the first down was because he got 1 foot out of bounds already. But they'll give it to McLaughlin on the first down. He gets some room to work with, down to the 40, breaks the tackle to the 30, couldn't stay in bounds. But a good run right there of over 30 yards by Jaleel McLaughlin has set up Notre Dame on the Kutztown side of the field. The clock will continue to roll with 3:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. And that run play just really helped them right there. Kutztown's defense has got to continue to work hard in this game. And McLaughlin tries to break a tackle, but got met right at the middle, at the offensive line. And it'll be a gain of 0, so it'll be a second down and 10 for Notre Dame. One player you got to realize that hasn't made much of an impact today for this Kutztown team was Aki Cox-Cowan. We haven't seen a lot of him today. Certainly been quiet. And it's probably one thing Notre Dame did. They did their homework and they knew not to go his way, so we haven't seen much of him. McLaughlin on this play will break through a few tackles, trying to get to that first down. He got close to it. Seems to be just about a yard short, but it will be a 3rd down and 1 for the Falcons. The clock continues to roll. We're about under 2 minutes.
He has 9 yards on the play. It'll be 31 at the 25. Timeout. Kutztown. They're first of the half.
Well, Kutztown's going to try and use a timeout. One thing you got to realize is that Notre Dame could run this clock all the way down. If they can get a first down, they don't need a touchdown. They can just get a field goal. Now, Jim Clements is hoping that they can stop this team on a 3rd down.
The other score this afternoon is Super Region 1 at halftime. Slippery Rock 23.
Now, we'll get you some updates here. We'll try to get you some updates for the rest of the conference or the NCAA games going on right now. Slippery Rock is leading 23-9 at halftime. Meanwhile, West Florida is leading 17-7 still over Valdosta State, 17-7 as they start the second half. Lenore Ryan has extended their lead 21-0 over Carson Newman in that game. And then meanwhile, Ferris State is beating Central Missouri 16-7 at halftime. But we get back here at Andre Reed Stadium with 3rd down and 1. Kutztown needs a big stop right here. And they'll give it to Green, and he breaks through, and he should get enough for the first down, and he will. So another first down conversion on a run play by Notre Dame has given them a chance to try and put this game away. And Kutztown will use another timeout as they try to preserve as much time as they can. Right now, as we mentioned, the run game has just really hurt this Kutztown team as they've rushed for over 250 yards. A lot of good run plays by by this offense of Notre Dame. You had Green, who's been able to run. He scored a running touchdown earlier, and then McLaughlin scored a touchdown earlier. But then right now it's just the fact that the offense of Kutztown couldn't perform in this game, at least in the later part of this second half, especially with DeGalbo. I mean, he's had a tough day in the passing pocket, and then he fumbled the football in the red zone, which tied up the game. And since then, Kutztown's offense just has not been able to do anything. Certainly, DeGalbo and Neblett have met their match today, and right now they could be in danger of the season ending. But it'll be a first down for Notre Dame. McLaughlin trying to find somewhere to go, and he loses a few yards. And it will be a second down and 11 for the Falcons.
Loss of a yard, second and 11 at the 25.
As you mentioned,
their third and final timeout of the half. Clock operator, please reset the game clock. 2:25. 2:25.
So Kutztown uses their final timeout. They are out of timeouts. And now it looks like Notre Dame can try and run down this clock as much as possible and try and get a field goal, but they still want to get as close as possible so that their kicker could try and get a better shot. Tanner Harding is their field goal kicker. He missed one earlier from about at least 40 or 50 yards. It just didn't have the distance, as I think it may have been blocked. It had the angle and had the altitude to reach it, but it just didn't have the distance. So Kutztown just needs to continue to figure out how to shut down this run game, but they just have struggled all day. Over 14 first downs converted by Notre Dame, and most of them are probably on run plays before coming into this fourth quarter. But now McLaughlin trying to find some room, and he gets brought down right near the line of scrimmage, so it'll be a third down and 12. And the clock will continue to roll. Kutztown can't stop it. They're out of timeouts. But now we'll see what Notre Dame can do to try and continue to keep this clock rolling, but they still need points as they'll take DJ Green off. And they'll put on Jeremy Hamilton. This is a crucial third down here for the Golden Bears defense to try and keep their team in this game. Brim steps back to throw. An aggressive play for Hamilton. It is incomplete. Wanted to hold, but incomplete, and that will stop the clock with 1:32 to go. So it's now 4th and 12. And looks like they will send out the field goal unit to try and take the lead. So now Tanner Harding will try and make a field goal. It's around 45 yards. It's his longest on the year. Missed one earlier. Let's see if he can capitalize on this one. He's 1 for 2 today. Is up and is no good. Wide to the left. The defense held their ground, and now Kutztown is still tied with 1:30 to go with another chance to try and lead down the field. And you got to remember, last week they were in the same situation or similar situation against Tiffin last week. They were losing in that game by 4 points. But then DeGalbo and the rest of the offense was able to drive down the field. DeGalbo made a big pass to Diego Torres as he took it all the way down to the 5-yard line. It was a 60-yard pass, and then Jack Pilkerton made the touchdown pass, 3-yard play, and gave Kutztown the lead. Tiffin did get the ball back, but then Kutztown was able to shut it down thanks to an interception by Nick Palmer. The first down at Kutztown's 27. DeGalbo will go quickly with the pass and gets it to Jerry Cap to the far side, and he goes out of bounds near the 33. So it'll be second down and 4 for the Golden Bears. And the clock stops at 1:23. Score is Kutztown 17, Notre Dame 17. The Galbo will run another pass. Cap makes the catch, but he doesn't get close enough to the first down. Looks to be a yard short, so it'll be a 3rd and 1 for the Golden Bears, and looks like the clock will it will keep rolling. Well, now they got to figure out they tried to get the right time.
The ball carrier's forward progress was stopped inbounds, and he was driven backwards. The clock should have continued to run. Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1:12. It will start on my signal and whistle. 1:12.
So now, apparently, the running clock should have happened, so now it's 1:12. 3rd and 1. The Galbo is going to try and run for it. He does get it. So it is a first down conversion, but remember, the clock will stop because of the first down conversion, but they still need to continue to move. So now at the 41, because on 41, the Galbo will get going again, gets it to Pilkerton, but is way too far out of his reach. And so it will be an incomplete pass, second down and 10. It's just hard to believe because last week the Galbo was finding Pilkerton on pretty much almost every pass, but today it's just been out of his reach. I just don't know what's going on. I mean, clearly I think the defense has played well on Jack Pilkerton and has just forced the Galbo to just make more difficult throws. And it's an incomplete pass here on second down. Try to find Jerry Cap. But Jerry Cap was running away, and it was just short. The Galbo probably just threw it away, just trying to escape pressure and not a sack. But it'll be 3rd down and 10 for the Golden Bears. .57 seconds to go. 3rd down and 10 for the Golden Bears. They need another third down conversion here. The Galbo steps back to throw. Going upfield and is incomplete, out of bounds near Jerry Cap, but it was just too far out of bounds. And now it's 4th down. We're still tied here. Trying to avoid overtime, but Kutztown's going to play safe. They don't want to give good field position to the Notre Dame offense, so they'll just punt it away to try and force overtime. Marvell Ross will field the kick back for Notre Dame. Krisick gets the punt away, almost blocked there. And kind of a short punt, not necessarily good. And he gets we'll see where the official marks it, and he only gets it out to the 40, so really only about a 20-yard punt there by Dean Krisick. Notre Dame has a chance now to try and drive down, score. 46 seconds to go. They still have all their timeouts. Things are working in their favor, but it all comes down to the Kutztown defense to try and make a stop, to not give up a field goal at this point. We know Tanner Harding could get another chance to redeem himself. But now Brim will take the snap. Give it to McLaughlin. Got some room. He goes out to the far side. Gets the first down out to the 40. As they're in Kutztown territory, a 20-yard run by Jaleel McLaughlin. And a first and down for the Notre Dame Falcons. 39 seconds to go. McLaughlin did run out of bounds. It does stop the clock. Still need to get a little more closer for Tanner Harding. But on this one, they'll give it to McLaughlin, and he won't go down and gets at least 8 yards, works with the momentum. And Notre Dame will use a timeout, 33 seconds to go. Right now, this Kutztown team has just tried to stop McLaughlin all day, and it's just been very, very difficult, especially once you get into the later minutes when you know Notre Dame's just trying to run the clock down as much as possible. It's just been very difficult. As we mentioned, 2,000 yards in back-to-back seasons for the running back of Notre Dame. He's actually carried most of the ball for this Notre Dame team in the second half. Has been a big part of this offense and just done really well. So Kutztown, usually Kutztown only gives up about 90-something yards during most of these games. They usually have a good run defense, but today they've definitely met their match. By now, 2nd down and 4. Or 2nd and 3 now for Notre Dame. Brim will hand it off to McLaughlin. Gets through, going down to the first down to the 25-20. Stays on his feet down to the 10. Can't be brought down, loses the football. And it goes out of bounds as McLaughlin lost the football, but it will stay with Notre Dame. They were so close to trying to recover the football. Kutztown could have gotten the ball back. This is just now a 1st and goal for Notre Dame. A great run by McLaughlin again. Was so close to the end zone. I just don't know how Kutztown couldn't bring him down. Now it's 22 seconds to go here at Andre Reed Stadium. Notre Dame has got a 1st and goal. Let's see what they do, but they look like they tried to get it off before the play clock expired. So a delay of game penalty will move it at least 5 yards back. So I don't think that was the intention, but they should have done a lot better on that time management as they'll move it 5 yards back. They still have 2 timeouts left. They're going to probably run this down as much as possible so that Harding can still have enough time to make a field goal. Right now, it's 17 all between both of these two teams here at Andre Reed Stadium. 17-17 between Notre Dame and Kutztown. McLaughlin got some room to work with, trying to stay in bounds. And he gets brought down near the 14-yard line. Right now the clock will continue to roll down, and we'll look at the head coach, and he calls timeout with 4 seconds to go. And they will run it down just so for a field goal attempt. Right now Slippery Rock is still winning 23-9. As they start the second half. As we mentioned, Kutztown all day just had different chances. This offense was just shut down for pretty much most of the second half. Only, I'd say, probably close to almost 100 yards of total offense, I would have to say. Just hasn't gone their way. They did get a field goal, but clearly a touchdown would have been a lot better. They just haven't been able to go anywhere. But now it will come down to Tanner Harding, the junior out of Gahanna, Ohio. 4 seconds to go. The kick is up and is good. Notre Dame, Ohio, coming to Andre Reed Stadium and have defeated the Kutztown Golden Bears 20-17, and they will move on to the 3rd round. And that ends this terrific season by the Kutztown Golden Bears. A heartbreaking ending for Kutztown Golden Bears. They had been terrific all season long. It's a tough one to swallow for this Kutztown team. but they've done well the past few seasons. Playoff appearances, they won against Tiffin last week. But it is the end for a lot of these guys. Colin DeGalbo and Abdul Hassan Neblet, Jack Pilkerton, and the other seniors played their hearts out in this game. Unfortunately, somebody has to lose it at the end of the day. And Notre Dame just did better on their side of the ball. And they did better on the special teams. The field goal by Tanner Harding has given the W to this Falcons team. And they will await the winner of Slippery Rock and Shepherd. Well, you look at it, and I mean, I think if you had to give player of the game, I mean, you got to give it to one of the running backs or even both of them, and Jaleel McLaughlin and DJ Green. They worked hard, and even DJ Green got a 52-yard touchdown earlier in the game. Was a touchdown of the game, but then also you got to give it to the defensive player of this team, and I believe Savon Davis of Notre Dame, who got the fumble recovery after they stripped Colin DeGalbo in the end zone. And they got the touchdown to win the game, or to tie up the game. And then the defense of Notre Dame held strong, and they got the field goal at the end of the day. Tanner Harding has now kicked Notre Dame to this third round of the NCAA Division II Football Championship Tournament playoffs. Well, once again, thank you everyone for joining us here on KUR. We thank you for your continuation in following of us here on KUR throughout this entire season. We enjoyed it, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it here at home. We wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving, and hopefully you enjoyed the holidays as they come around. For Emily Schlegel, our producer, I'm Noah Pegler. Have a good rest of your day, everyone, and we'll see you next year. This is the radio voice of Kutztown University's presentation of Golden Bears football. See you later.